What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Yes, welcome back to another match view. And yes, it's Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. Carabao Cup semi-final, second leg, a 3-0 aggregate lead we have coming into this one. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about rotation. It doesn't matter about the opponent. What does Erik ten Hag like to do, Mina? He likes to play a strong side. And that's what he's done this evening. And we'll get the team news scrolling on the bottom of the screen right there. I will read it out right now. I think there's something like 6 changes from the team at the weekend against Reading. Somehow that was like the weakened team, maybe. I don't know. But in goal, you've got Tom Heaton, comes in for David De Gea. The strongest back four he could possibly go for, in my opinion, of Luke Shaw, Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Midfield 2 of Casemiro and Fred, as expected. McTominay's out injured. Sabitzer, he's there at Old Trafford this evening, but he can't play just yet. Still working out his work permit. In front of them, you've got Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, the captain for this evening. Alejandro Garnacho instead of Marcus Rashford. And Wout Weghorst up front. But it's the bench, Mina. The bench is screaming with quality. You've got De Gea, Lindelof, Maguire, Malacia, Kobbie Mainoo. Jadon Sancho is back. Yes, Jadon Sancho is back on the bench for the first time since, it's got to be Chelsea, isn't it? I think it must be Chelsea away. Was that the last time he played?
Chelsea away was the last time he played.
Yeah. Chelsea away, and then you've got Facundo Palestri, Marcus Rashford, and Anthony Martial. Yes, the little drama that is Anthony Martial is also on the bench. What are your thoughts when that team came out? Were you surprised? Were you shocked? Are you a bit like me when it's like, strong side every time?
I can't lie, I was a bit shocked, but that's because I expected a rotation on Saturday. We didn't really get that in terms of the forward players that we were playing our best team. Ten Hag just wants to win, man. This is further proof that he don't care. He don't care in terms of how he gets there. He just wants to win, and I respect that. I'm happy. I'm so happy to see Jadon Sancho back on the bench. I hope we get to see him play at some point today. I did actually predict that he would probably come back for one of the fixtures, either the Carabao Cup or Reading, just because I feel like him returning at a home fixture mentally might be better for him in terms of, just coming on the pitch at 60th, 70th minute and that roar of Old Trafford and the support from the fan base. I think that will make a big difference for him. It's a stacked squad. Like, it's a strong back four. It's a strong back four. Obviously, Heaton. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm very. You know what I remember is I think it's the We Talk Ajax guys that said that Ten Hag don't rotate much, but yet we still expected him to rotate, even though they told us.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. He doesn't do rotating. Some people saying that your mic sounds a bit mad.
Oh,
it might be because I think your mic's coming through your headphones as opposed to the actual mic. I think it might be that.
You know why? Because I'm an idiot. I actually haven't plugged in my microphone.
Wow, it's just wow. Look at this. You spend 5 minutes around KG, and this is what happens. You know what I mean? Oh, it's just. Where's Josh when you need him? Squash sheet. Now we can't hear you. Now we can't hear you. Wow. It's just. Look at this. People are saying Mina's embraced her true form. The median. Oh, wow. No. What about on the settings thing on StreamYard? What's your mic saying on there? It might be that. This is I'm embracing my work experience. I did IT work experience, and this is what I'd have to do.
Because I've connected it to the mic now.
Yeah. See, there we go. See, knew it. That's what happened. These things happen. Now you're frozen. Now it's frozen. Oh my goodness me. Oh, wow. It wouldn't be, I tell you what, it wouldn't be a United View match view without technical difficulties. As Blue Dabba Dabba says, Mina using KG's, not mice, Mike. But now it's pure freezing. Every day, Medi says there's always has to be 1 kg. Exactly. Frozen. Wow. Mina's just messaged me on WhatsApp saying, KG hacked me. Wow. Oh, it's tremendous. You know what? It'll be the perfect time then, I think, Look at this. Look at this. Now my magic's been ruined. You can see my ceiling. Right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play a clip from the road trip. Speaking of KG, he is on his way to Old Trafford and he is with Marcel. And here are their predictions for the game. And we'll work out what's going on here. Scratch sheet.
Predictions on this game. I think Sancho hat-trick. No, I'm playing. That's taking a miss. No, I'm saying Sancho goal and assist. We win 3-0.
Yeah, great shout.
Yeah,
Weghorst, Sancho, 4-0 Man United.
4-0. No, I think they got to get consolation. They got to get a little cheeky consolation prize.
They got the good forward. 4-1. I'll change it to 4.
But then I don't. If you're going to be a clever manager, are you really going to go strong considering their position in the league? You can't win this game.
Watch out. Vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
You're an disgrace. You're a cheat. Well, I got to watch out. So, listen, people, big up yourselves. Come on, United. We're going to Wembley, but there's a vehicle that is pulled up. Go get Wembley! Hopefully.
He said hopefully at the end of it. Can you believe it? He said hopefully. Wow. Things got very interesting, didn't they? What a start to the show. Let me know your predictions as well in the comments. We'll get them up on the screen as hopefully Mina will return at some point. She said that first of all, she's saying that KG hacked her, which is entirely possible. KG's methods and KG's ways, you never know what you're going to get with him, certainly. But let me know your prediction. Let me know your thoughts on the starting lineup as well in the comments. We'll get them up on the screen. Oh, this is the question here. This is the key thing. Wow.
Guys, I'm a disgrace. I'm so sorry. I'm actually so sorry. Look at this. It's just all over the place today.
The thing is, when one thing starts to go wrong, it continues. It continues and it will carry on. I had this yesterday. I don't know if you saw. I tried to play a clip from the press conference. It didn't go well.
Yeah.
Several times.
It's just, I don't know what's happening, man. Somebody's hacking into my system. It might be Flex. It might be KG. They don't want me to have the keys, that's why. So they're sabotaging me.
You haven't let Flex touch any of your equipment, have you? Because that could be an explanation.
I think he touched my laptop one time. We're in the HQ. So that might be. Look at this. Oh my. I'm going to fix this, guys. I'm going to fix this, I promise. It's absolutely disgraceful.
It explains. Vegeta says, is The Undertaker joining the stream? Possibly. Paris says, you should get a soundboard. I would love a soundboard. Although I feel like that's KG's gimmick. That's KG's thing. I don't want to steal his thunder as well. Ralph said it's off the rails. Tywin says Sin bin Mina. Tywin also says absolute disgrace, cheat. Femi says love the starting lineup as well. And I do as well. I like the fact that Ten Hag's been bold, pun intended. I like the fact that Ten Hag is going for a strong side. But I think at this point we shouldn't be surprised, because that's what Erik Ten Hag does. Erik Ten Hag doesn't really rotate that much. But then I say that this is still 6 changes from the weekend. So that's as much rotation as he does. I'm just hearing noises from Mina now.
Honestly, it's not looking good, guys. It's not.
It's an absolute disgrace. It's a cheat.
Absolute disgrace.
It's a cheat.
Oh, you know what? We're back now, yeah, but we might not be back for long, guys. We might not be back for long.
Oh, I'm waiting on tender hooks.
This is, you know what? I deserve this because I always take the mick out of KG, and this is, guys. This is an example of karma. What goes around comes around. Yeah. Don't laugh at people when they're. I didn't buy my camera from the dodgy person that KG brought his TV from.
That's a good point.
I promise that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Stay Clint says, who buys a TV unseen? How not seen? Well, if you're not familiar with that story, basically, after roaring success of KG at Carrington yesterday, he absolutely killed it. Fantastic question. Fantastic answer from Erik Ten Hag. He decided to top that day off by buying a TV from a stranger. Him and Josh buying a TV from a stranger. Shock horror.
I expect better from Josh.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's my thing. I'd go, you know what? I'm surprised. I'm not surprised at you, KG, but Josh, I expect more. I expect better.
I agree. I expect better from Josh. Is KG that's a KG thing to do. How do you buy a TV from someone and not even check? Why are you buying a TV off someone on the street?
Yeah, I would never. Like I would
There's
never.
so much questions.
If anyone comes up to me on the street and tries to talk to me, I run away. It doesn't matter who they are. In general, let alone if they're trying to sell me a TV. You kidding me? You know, no way.
I was scared of people.
Yeah. Anyone comes up to me, they'll go, excuse me. I'm like, no. I can't do that. Yes, exactly. And Palmyra says also, Josh got scammed on his birthday. It was his birthday and he bought a dodgy TV. And you know why he bought a dodgy TV? It's because KG told him to as well. KG forced him into that one. That's the key thing there as well. It's a disgrace, it's cheat.
You know what? I think KG is in on the scam. He might have been in on it.
Well, did you hear him call the guy? He called the guy during his stream yesterday. And by the way, guys, I would recommend go
watch the stream. I was watching it.
Go watch that stream. I had to call in. It was like 10 past midnight. I had to call in because I was like, KG, what is going on with you in life, just in general? But he called the guy. And what's weird is the guy who picks up the phone at because he called him at 11:45. Who picks up the phone?
Scammers work at all hours. They don't, they don't have a 9 to 5. They're available 24/7.
Yeah, that is true.
That's top scamming. That is great.
Well, not that. He answered the phone and then just denied it was real. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a funny stream, but that was a hilarious stream.
Yeah, it was box office. And as Palmyra said, he even rung back. It was incredible. If you haven't watched it, go ahead, watch it. It's incredible. Going back to the starting lineup though, Mina, that back four, as I said when I was reading it out, that's the strongest back four that Ten Hag has gone with. Do you get worried? Like we've seen with the Eriksen thing, look, with injuries, it's not necessarily the actual your own play you have to worry about. You have to worry about opposition players as well. Do you worry about someone like Varane? What would happen if he got hurt?
I don't even want to think about it. I actually don't even want to think about it. I do get concerned if he picks up a knock, but we have seen Varane get rotated quite often this season. Like we've seen it actually quite often, whether it's Lindelof coming in or whether it's Luke Shaw going at, whether it's Maguire coming in or Lindelof coming in. So I do think that Varane is actually someone that Ten Hag is, he's got him in a bit of bubble wrap. Not a lot of bubble wrap, but he's got him in a bit of bubble wrap. And if they do get injured, it's actually just unlucky. So, like even the Eriksen injury is just very unlucky.
It's because Andy Carroll's a disgrace. That's what that injury.
He's a big disgrace.
He has made a lot of enemies. If he didn't have them already, Man United being an ex-Liverpool player, he certainly got them. Game Fanatic with the super chat says, random UV fan approaches Owen and he runs away. Wow, that is not true. That is not true. In the infrequent interactions I have not run away. First of all, if you tried to see me run, you'd be able to catch me up very quickly. So it'd be no problem. If I tried to run away, you'd be like, oh, and I can walk by you briskly, and you're still trying to sprint. But I'll always say hello if I on the rare occasion that I get recognized or whatever, or if I see a member of the UV community, always happy to say hello and chat. It's more just strangers that they don't recognize you, but they start talking to you. That's the one. I'm like, oh. I'm just not very. I'm not
stranger
very.
Danger.
I'm just not very sociable. That's the thing. You know what I mean? I don't know my neighbours. I don't get to know them. That's.
You're not here to make friends, basically.
No, that's just
socialize or.
Yeah, as Lux Hill says, he can vouch for me as well. I stayed when I met him at the party. Absolutely, yeah.
It's just awkwardly standing there.
You don't know how accurate that is, Mina, by the way. You have no idea how
I can imagine it. Oh, look, who's the disgrace now? Guys, is it Owen that's frozen or am I frozen? Because it don't look like that I'm frozen on my screen. I can still see myself moving. But it looks like Owen is the one that's frozen. And like I said, it's karma. What goes around comes around. Don't laugh at people when they're having tech issues because it will happen to you. It will happen to you, Owen. And you are a disgrace. You are a cheat. And you know what? If I could kick him and just have me on the screen by myself, I would absolutely do that. but they haven't given me the login details yet to what we use to stream, so I can't do that. So we're gonna have to still use half of his face frozen on that. But he's right, like Joe Isaac says, Owen caught in the headlights, like a deer in the headlights. Oh, look, there you go, it's me, guys. You're like, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can get a bit more of my face. I did not. I'm blue dabba says Mina hacked Owen for revenge. I absolutely did not. You know what they call it? They call it karma. What goes around comes around. And yeah, Muzzy and Cubed says this is why you need the keys, Mina. I wish I could pin everyone's comments, but I can't. I can't do it because I don't have the authority yet. But this is why I keep telling them to give me the keys. I'm telling Flex to do it. I told Owen to do it. I told Josh to do it. They don't want. They feel like probably if they give me the keys, I'm gonna get a bit. My head's gonna get a bit bigger than what it is right now, and I'm gonna run away with all the authority. I'm not gonna get onto Owen for his technical issues because it happens to the best of us. It happens to me. I'm even scared right now that my camera and my mic might just turn off unexpectedly. But on that note, I'm going to give you my opinion on the starting lineup because I actually didn't get to finish that because my laptop just shut down unexpectedly. I think it's a really strong lineup, and I'm not surprised from Ten Hag for actually going quite strong. I think he definitely wants to see the game out. I think we'll see something similar to Reading, where if we go 1 or 2-0 up, I think he will then, choose to rotate and bring on some players from the bench. Kobbie Mainoo's on the bench, obviously, but Martial's on the bench, Rashford's on the bench, Jadon Sancho's on the bench. Everybody, yeah, listen to Ray Diaz. Let's get all the likes in for the minute view. Get the likes up, guys. Get the likes up, just so that they can see they have to give me the keys. If we get the likes up, then they'll be like, yeah, okay, we definitely have to get the keys. I'm just going to go through people's messages quickly until Owen comes back, because at this point I don't know what else to do. Steffi Jenks says Mina never says hi to me ever, so I'm not sure if she can see my messages. Steffi, I always see your messages. You are the leader of, I want to say, what's the word? Sorry guys, it's gone out of my head. The mods. You are one of the leaders of the mods. I always see your messages. Always running things in the comments. Fatah says minions on our way to steal the UV keys. You guys actually, you lot actually funny. Wayne says, what minute is the first goal, Mina? You know what? I'm gonna say first goal probably like 13 minutes. That's just a rough guess, guys. I could be wrong. Suleiman says Owen is definitely at the game, isn't he? Yeah, he might be. I think he might be streaming in a white van behind the stadium. He's using the Wi-Fi from Old Trafford. Maybe that's why it kicked him out. Maybe that's why it kicked him out. Lux Hill says, Minna, when you get another article from you on the Athletic family, in due time. Thank you for reading anything that I did during the World Cup. Appreciate that. AA Sakis says, guys, hit the like for Minna's coup d'etat. I'm not going to embarrass myself. I can't pronounce that. But that's basically, it's not it's a halal military coup, guys. I've taken over by force. But not long left of the game. There's about 11 more minutes until kickoff. I'm not sure if Owen went through the opposition lineups, but it's interesting to see that Jesse Lingard returns to Old Trafford today, and for once he's actually starting. He didn't start the last fixture. He did come on, I remember, as a sub, but maybe he might get that goodbye that he finally wanted once Manchester United knock him out of the Carabao Cup. But Nottingham Forest are going with a 4-4-2. Luxio, the fact that Owen still ain't back is nuts. I'm just here like just on a vibe. I'm just here just doing things how I expect things to be done. I don't even know what I'm doing. It's like, when you get a supply teacher and the supply teacher's she can control the classroom, but she don't know what she's teaching on the whiteboard. That's me right now. I don't know what structure Owen might want me to go with. I'm just going with my own structure. But yeah, Nottingham Forest 4-4-2. Owen just messaged me and said his computer's died. He's a disgrace. Owen is a disgrace. Mr. Reliable is not Mr. Reliable anymore. Mr. Reliable is Mr. Unreliable. I think he saw the 3-0 United being 3-0 up, and he thought, yeah, I'm not doing a watch along for this. It's very clear that we're gonna win. So he was like, you know what's bothering me, guys? Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, he's back.
Absolute disgrace. My internet died. And the worst thing is my laptop's here. That was connected to the internet. But this one that wasn't working. Oh my goodness me. I mean, I'm glad I wasn't on because I shouted a lot of obscenities.
Yeah, no, I would have liked to hear that. We would have liked to hear that here.
Oh man, honestly. Wow. And I had to restart my whole thing. Oh, Mina, this isn't going very well.
I know, it's just Flex leaves us and suddenly everything collapses.
Oh dear. Look, I'm having to open stuff up again. Oh no. It's fine.
It's all right. You're back now.
Do you think anyone noticed?
No, I don't think they noticed at all. I don't think they noticed at all.
I think it was fine. I think it worked out fine. The important thing is that we're here before the match starts. But apologies, folks, because don't know what that was about. It was a disgrace. It was a cheat. A. Kelly says McDonald's Wi-Fi. Muzzy still waiting on that apology. I just did. Don't worry. I just did. Just apologize. Well done, Mina, though, for hanging in. Well done. I mean, look at people are almost disappointed I'm back. Look at that. Back to reality. It was good while the Mina view lasted. Yeah, exactly. As Jason says, it wouldn't be United view if something doesn't break. The worst thing is that like stuff at the studio breaks often and it's annoying. Not when we're at home though. Like this genuinely never happens.
When you're in the studio, you can blame it on every external factor.
Yeah.
But at home, you're the only person to blame.
No, I know. I don't. Oh man, honestly, I've got to open up all my stuff again. I'm rattled, Mina. I'm rattled.
It's all right. It happens to the best of us.
Exactly. It did. What were you talking about, by the way, as well? I don't even know.
I was just vibing with the people in the comments. We were just having a good time. Everybody was just getting involved. I was telling them get the likes up. They were getting the likes up. Good. That's it, really. Nothing big. No, nothing big.
Yeah, exactly. Thing is now, and you know what, Mina, you are so right, because when you talk shit, when you laugh at people for stuff that happens, and then it happens to you. Karma, instant karma. That was like John Lennon said. Instant karma, right back. Oh man, that was something else. Who are we going to talk about? Let's talk about Garnacho. He starts on the left-hand side. Rashford on the bench. Do you think that's just because Rashford doesn't have the consecutive goal scoring at home records? Then Ten Hag's like, actually, not finally, you can have a rest.
Nah, I think Garnacho could offer an attacking threat similar to Rashford. Obviously, he's not in the same form, but he can offer quite a bit. It's interesting because I think the run of games coming up is more important for Rashford to stay fit than today. We're 3-0 up. This game could finish 0-0, and I think we'll still go through. As long as, and that's why I feel like Ten Hag went with a strong back four, because we need to be good defensively. We don't have to score today. It would be nice for United to score, but we don't have to. And I think Ten Hag knows that, which is why he's gone with, the rock solid partnership of Varane and Martinez, Casemiro in that middle as well. So I think he's definitely he's thinking about I think he's definitely thinking about keeping that clean sheet or not conceding 3 goals. And if we score, we score. It's all good. But the run of game, we got Palace on Saturday. That's in 3 days or 4 days, and then we've got Leeds midweek again. And then I think who do we have after that?
Leeds again.
We have Leeds again on the weekend after that.
Yeah.
So we got quite a bit for Rashford to stay fit for.
I mean, I'm just seeing people are saying it in the chat, and I just saw it come up on the screen. Jesse Lingard injured in the warm-up on his return to Old Trafford. No, Old Trafford homecoming for him then. Well, people can look into it however they want. Conspiracies, I don't know. Super chat from James says, that's enough, Owen, go to your room. The worst thing is, James, I'm in my room and it still didn't work. The computer. So Ray Diaz says, Mina view was great. Need to join the Mina members club, also known as the Minions. We'll get a separate.
They should get I think anyone part of the Mina club should get their own emoji. in their name. You know, the UV emoji. They should have one like that's got like my face above the UV emoji.
Exactly. Or I can just you've got to design like a very sort of special M or something like that. You know what I mean? It's got to have this. I think that's the next step. Got to develop the Mina brand.
With Josh. Yeah, I need to sit down with Josh.
Yeah. Exactly. Also, as well, just I mean, you won't be able to see this, but in the back end of YouTube now, every time it's like all these different accounts, they all have different colors on their names. And as someone that
what
gets
do the colors
very
represent?
easy, I don't know, because they're all different. There's green, there's orange, there's red, there's like a dark, what would you call that? Yellow. Blue's obviously for the moderators, but yeah, they've all different colors. Ah, fantastic. I like that. Again, very easily distracted. Players are in the tunnel. Wayne Hennessy in goal for Forest. He's rubbish. I mean, that's going to be a jinx, I know. But
he's the one that got sent off in the World Cup, right?
Yes, he was.
For Wales.
Obviously, yeah, for Wales. Obviously, I mean, he's going to be, he's probably going to be out of a position soon because obviously you got Keylor Navas coming in. Dean Henderson, of course, is on loan as well. Jeffrey says colours are for members and how long you've been a member. I don't think that's the case because people that aren't members are different colours as well. It's like the greens are for all of the members, but there are more colours now. Things have changed. It's Garnacho. He's going to be so good, Alejandro Garnacho.
How many years do you think he has at Man United?
Whole career.
Before he leaves.
Whole career.
Because once one of them Spanish teams come knocking, that's it.
Do a Todd Bowley. Give him a 10-year contract. He can be there for his whole career.
Yeah, he can be there till 29. That's most of his prime. I'll have that.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, if that's how we're going to get around FFP and all that kind of stuff, right? That's. But you are right. I mean, especially considering, look, he's this big Ronaldo fan. You think like if Real Madrid came in, he'd be like.
And I think he was playing in Spain when we brought him.
Yeah, he was in the Atletico Academy, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's where we got him from. Better off at United.
I actually met someone that was part of the team that scouted him.
Oh, really?
He was at Atletico. Yeah, and they told me the story about it. It's a very interesting story. I don't know. Maybe I can ask him one day if I could share the story. But he's a scout for Manchester United, and yeah, it was a very interesting story about how they found him and then how they got the deal done. We were definitely not the only club.
I was going to say, you're saying the scouting network's actually good at United. You're going to give some rare credit to the scouting network.
I would like to think it's getting better.
Look at the picture of Weghorst. They've even shot him like his picture of a giant. Look, because even the pictures on the people on the screen, it's shoulders and head. It's just his head up front.
They've stretched the picture out.
Yeah, they've literally gone like that.
They've taken a random person and they've just stretched it out.
It's like in wrestling, whenever they get a giant come out, like Andre the Giant, they used to shoot him from the ground up. So he looks like this giant. That's what they've done without Weghorst. Every time the cameraman gets on the floor, looks up like that. It looks like you're wearing that Forest kit tonight.
Guys, I'm not wearing a Forest kit.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a money transfer jumper. I am not wearing Nottingham Forest kit. Yeah, Lingard's out.
Lingard's out. Emmanuel Dennis. Yeah, Dennis in instead. Did he play for Watford last season, or have I just made that up? He did play for Watford. Did he score against us?
I honestly do not remember last season because I've deleted it. It's been erased from my brain.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I swear he might have. I mean, Ollie's last game, he did. Final minute, 96th minute. I recall. Yes. What a terrible. God, look at that result.
Wow. 3 goals and 4 assists in his last 9 appearances for Casemiro. A steady Eddie, some people called him.
Steady Eddie. Man, he's something else. He is. Also, as well, it just goes to show that you can get people like past 30 that can still contribute. Now, I know for a lot of players, they fall off very, very quickly, but he's still going. He's still ready to go. He's still prime years of Casemiro. How long he's going to remain like that at United, I don't know.
I think we can get the best of 3-ish years and then bring someone else to kind of ease them in to take over from him. Honestly, guys, I'm not kidding. Nah, I'm not kidding, guys. Mohamed Kamara, AS Monaco is who should be Casemiro's next in line. Remember, I said that.
Was he at the World Cup?
No, he plays for Mali. He plays for Mali, I think, or one of those other West African countries.
But we are off at Old Trafford. I want to get an early goal, kill the game off, and then I think he'll bring on. Well, I say bring on Kobbie. I want Kobbie Mainoo to get quite a few minutes in this game. I want Jadon Sancho to get quite a few minutes in this one as well. I'm hoping that is the case. Is Martinez. Because I saw an interview with one of the Forest players before the game, and the interviewer, they were doing their best to try and remain like respectful, as in like there was a chance that Forest could do something. And they were like, well, it's just, we want to get a good result today. We've lost 3-0 twice to him. We want to get a good result. But they're not even acknowledging that there's a possibility that they could get to Wembley or anything like that.
I think they might be defeated already.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest, consider it, if we do get an early goal, you would think floodgates could really open. Send a message. That's got to be a foul, referee. No. It wasn't a foul.
He did good to hold on to the ball, though, Wan-Bissaka.
Hey, Wan-Bissaka.
He's a new man, like Ten Hag said.
It's true. And not even that. KG was making news. Oh, give it to him. Give it to Wan-Bissaka. Oh, Anthony. I want to be careful with the Anthony stuff, Mina, because I do feel like he's been not unfairly treated, but I see a lot of post-game reactions and a lot of it's focused on Anthony, even when he plays well. But that wasn't great. But
you know what's funny? The Reading game in the stadium, I didn't think he had a good game. When I watched the game back, I was like, okay, he was better.
I'm surprised because I saw your fan view, and
I did not think it.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think it. And I remember the Stretford end, when he got man of the match, everybody was like, what? Everyone was so confused.
Yeah.
And then yeah. So it's true sometimes. The way that you watch it in the stadium versus when you watch it on TV is quite different. But you could just be patient with Anthony. I think and he's still young. That's one thing that we forget. He's still young.
I agree. I mean, the reason he got man of the match was because Lee Dixon was doing commentary and he just decided to give Anthony man of the match. And everyone went, you're right. Why? He played well, but he wasn't man of the match. That's a good link up.
I think he did the spin.
Oh!
It's back. It's back.
Man, he just can't help himself, can he?
Nah, he can't help
I don't want to take it away from him. Like when people say, "Oh, he needs to cut that out," I disagree. I don't think he needs to cut that out. I just, it is about timing it right, though. You know what I mean? It's unnecessary at points. All over the top. Oh. But yeah, I think you don't want to take away his personality too much. I suppose that's the fine line. It's the balance, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it's a part of him. Like, I think some players, the flair, especially like Brazilian players, he took him out.
It was that Casemiro.
Oh, he took an elbow to the face, I think.
Or he might just be doing the classic Casemiro, either walk away, feign an injury, and you don't get booked. I love when Casemiro does that. He'll just completely take someone out, and then he'll just run away, or he'll just go, "Yeah, sorry, don't worry about it."
Oh no, he took a light elbow to the face, but
sort of back of the arm. I mean, Martinez. I mean, he's not wearing the headband anymore, but he was wearing a headband for like 3 games, wasn't he? Because of that elbow at Crystal Palace. That was nasty as well. That was movement.
Was a nasty elbow.
There is Casemiro again. He's just always on the ball. Good control by Anthony. Wan-Bissaka, he was already ready for the overlap.
Oh, come on, ref.
There you go.
Disgraceful.
Take it quick. No. But KG was making news with the press conference as well, because with the Wan-Bissaka quote, they put that on their Instagram story. And Instagram page, sorry.
They should have tagged us.
Yeah, could you imagine? KG that comedian.
KG the comedian.
The anger that would generate. No, KG did great. And again, on his stream last night, he kind of detailed his whole journey in a very sort of succinct and picturesque way. He painted the entire picture of his trip to Carrington. Although, And I haven't brought it up to him just yet. He spelled Carrington wrong on his thumbnail.
I saw that, but I thought he might be like dyslexic or something, so I didn't want to say anything.
No, it's one of those things, isn't it? You saw it.
But one thing I like about that, not people spelling things wrong.
We both saw it. And
I saw it. I didn't say nothing. We're just as bad as each other. We're both as bad as each other. But one thing I like about that, and that's why I enjoy seeing like fan content, is because fans are fans. Like, a lot of reporters who have been doing this 5, 10, 15, 20 years, this is a normal day in the office to them, going to Carrington, sitting in a press. But to fans, this is like something that you've watched and now you're a part of. To me, I think that's like, wow, that's such a big thing. That's why I like seeing, like, Flex plays it down a lot because I guess he's been doing it for some time now. But when I saw KG and I was watching his stream and how excited he was, I was like, yeah, this is what it's about. Like, Flex won't talk about it. He won't be like, yeah, I went Carrington. KG was excited. Even in the intro of the video, he was like, yes, guys, I'm here at Carrington.
And he was also like, oh, because I spoke to him on the way up, because this is how silly we are. We were workshopping questions. He called me, went like, let's workshop some questions. And we maybe spoke about questions for 30 seconds. Then we decided to review the Royal Rumble for 25 minutes. Oh, Wan-Bissaka's through. Oh, Bruno's cross blocked. Yeah, but then instead for 25 minutes, we just decided to talk about the Royal Rumble. And the questions didn't really get spoken about that much. Go on, Anthony.
He asked about like five players in one question.
Yeah, well, that's what you got to do. That's what you've got to do with Ten Hag. You've got to one of the tricks is you've got to kind of get 2 in 1. You've got to sort of go, how do you feel about this? And also, what do you think about this? You get 2 for 1. What's going on here?
It's a drop ball now.
It's a drop ball. Oh, Sunday League football settings. What for? I'm just giving the ball back to Anthony. There you go. That was very strange. And a throw into United. Starlord says Varane is a baller.
Oh, Wan-Bissaka.
Ed says Owen doesn't care about dyslexia. I mean, I'm always oh, go on, Fred, you can get that. Oh, yeah, leave a bit on. Nice. He's gonna give a free kick. Yeah, I'm always like that with any like typos and stuff like that. And the worst thing is I make typos all the time. But if there's ever any typos and stuff like that in titles or thumbnails, I'm right in the group. This is wrong. This is wrong. They're saying there was a flat ball. That's why a ball exploded. Wow. But 8 minutes gone, still 0-0. Fred with a bit of a limp there, bit of a grimace on his face. Kick taken by Hennessy.
I'm sorry, but do you know how weird it is, watching a game in my house with no commentary?
I know. It's odd,
like,
isn't it?
Silence.
What's strange is, especially because, and I think whenever you come into this medium, we're all fans. So like everyone gets into it by watching channels or watching this kind of, you don't really tend to just fall into it. And whenever you watch longs with whoever, usually you have the game on with a bit of noise in the background and then maybe like a headphone in with that commentary. When you're doing them, it's actually quite cold because you just have to kind of, watch it in silence.
Would you know what I was actually thinking about today? Casemiro uses his body so well to kind of shield the ball.
Yeah. And that you were thinking today.
I was thinking, would we ever do fan call-ins?
Yes, I think that is. Well, I can't say live on the air,
no,
but it's been.
We'll talk about it behind
it's yes, it's something that is being actively worked on.
Oh,
go on, Garnacho, take him on. Oh, he just ran into him. It's not a foul. You got to get up. He literally as well. He ran into a brick wall there as well. I remember I did a match view for the Youth Cup final last year because it happened to be the same day that Flex and everyone were in Amsterdam because it was Ten Hag's last game. That was the same day that there was the Youth Cup final. And I watched that game and obviously Garnacho got a couple of goals. But just the difference between him then to now, and it's less than a year. It's incredible. Even physically, he's developing. He's still not there. He can still probably fill out a little bit more, but the difference between him now, that's why I just say I think he's going to be just something else. He really is. Speaking of which, here he comes.
To be the first academy player this season to make it out like from that academy group, I think is a statement. I think that is a statement in itself. When quite a few academy players who had some relative first team success in the past seasons were shipped out on loan. For him to just come straight away from a youth cup final in the summer and then into the first team, I think that's a testament to what even Ten Hag thinks he'll become.
Look at that defensive work by Anthony. He's still got some step overs. Who's that? Was that Dennis?
Yeah. Wan-Bissaka did good to stay on his feet.
Yeah, he did. He looked like he was going to fall over at one point. Those step overs were wild. But you know what? That is a great example. People talk about Anthony and all that kind of stuff. That's an example of why he plays, because he was right back there with Wan-Bissaka. Here's the overlap, though. Ball in. Oh, Martinez, be a bit careful.
Oh, ref!
Ref saying no, letting it go.
We can't afford to have another player injured.
No,
not a midfielder. That's
not a midfielder. Not a midfielder. No, because I mean, we're assuming that. I mean, do you think Sabitzer would be involved at the weekend? I don't think he'll start against Palace.
You know what? I don't know. Just because I feel like Ten Hag doesn't throw new signings in straight away, except for Weghorst, who went in straight away in the Palace game. So I'm not too sure.
But I think he kind of went in for the Palace game straight away, didn't he, Weghorst? Because
we had nothing else.
No one else. Yeah, we had no one else. Whereas Sabitzer,
as long as Fred can stay fit.
There's Martinez. Bruno. Run with the ball. Garnacho on the overlap. Ball in by Shaw. Oh. That's what I like about Weghorst. He's physical, but he doesn't like Maguire initiates the wrestle every single time unnecessarily. Maguire will be like that. Weghorst doesn't really participate in that. He is actively looking to try and, get past the player. But 12 minutes gone. No real threat from United so far. There he is. There is Sabitzer.
There he is in the grey hat. I'm saying the grey hat, but there's a few of them wearing the grey hat.
Yeah.
Well, in the green coat.
Speaking as a guy, Mina, that has, absolutely god-awful facial hair. I can say Sabitzer has terrible facial hair. It's not great.
People keep saying he looks like a villain from a movie.
He does look like he's sort of in the 1920s, sort of black and white film, drinking a martini.
Look how deep Weghorst is. And he gives that. The ref has no shame. The referee has no shame.
Is Dennis?
Fred literally got manhandled down outside of our box, and he didn't give that little clip.
That's not a foul. That's not enough. That's not enough. And to be fair, though, I think maybe I'm doing a disservice to Lingard, but I think Dennis is already doing probably more than Lingard would have done in this game. Lingard doesn't run like that in the same way that Dennis. He's not that kind of player.
He doesn't dribble like that. He's not that kind of dribbler.
No.
Did you watch his?
I haven't.
His interview.
I haven't watched it all, so I can't really comment on it too much. Obviously the clips I saw I thought weren't great, but it's, again, not fair to judge without the context. Ball in, headed away by Bruno. I just ball in again.
Oh, what a header! What a header!
Headed away by Casemiro.
Casemiro again.
I think it's just funny, isn't it, with certain United players when they leave and they go to like a lesser team and they don't really shine that much. You kind of go, maybe that's your level. You know what I mean? Maybe that's where you are. I remember a time under Sir Alex where it felt like every player used to leave and go to Everton and do average. It was always the way. Phil Neville, Darren Gibson, Louis Saha, they used to always go there.
Yeah, he spoke about how like other clubs, what Everton wanted him, Newcastle wanted him, and he went to Nottingham Forest because he wanted to feel wanted. And that really speaks volume to me because it kind of suggests that he might have not felt wanted when he was at Manchester United, which that part doesn't make sense. He talks about also like he said Mourinho was his best manager.
That's interesting.
He said that was Garnacho.
Ooh. Go on, turn him, go. Speed. I saw him when he said the bit about
what
Bruno,
a
outside
ball.
of the boot. Oh, heavy touch, Luke Shaw. Come on. You're better than that. You've shown you're better than that this season, Luke. That's poor. Yeah, I saw the thing with Lingard when he was like, oh yeah, I was, at United, they didn't even have a games room. He's like, you literally show up to the training ground, train and go home. And I was like, yeah, like that's
no. What he said, what made me laugh when he said in 2017 or 18, he went to the media team and said, like, let's do more YouTube content. Let's do more content with content creators. And they said to him, no.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is with that, like, I get that. And look, he's not necessarily wrong. But at the same time, like, that's not his call.
That's not your job. Yeah, it's not your job. Focus on the football.
Yeah, don't focus on that, Oh, Wan-Bissaka, look at that touch. He's a changed man. Oh, now he gave it away. Then he gave it away. Peak Wan-Bissaka. I tell you what, Varane blocks out in the end. Wan-Bissaki's changed. Well, he's not changed that much. That's good layoff play by Veghorst. Play on. Fred puts out to Garnacho. Go on. Take him on. Go past him. Keep going.
Penalty.
Garnacho. Penalty. I want a penalty for that.
Penalty. What?
I felt it was soft. Yeah.
What?
I wasn't
Is
convinced.
it just me? Garnacho looks a bit like he's moving in slow motion a bit today.
Yeah. Was it? I didn't feel there was much in it initially.
Oh, the way he planted his foot. Yeah.
Just weak. Just a bit weak, unfortunately.
He fell by himself.
Yeah. Just got pushed. Just got shoved off. Look. And there's me earlier saying about, he's really developed his strength. Yeah. Red Baron with the super chat says, do refs make decisions to keep it interesting? I just hope, like I said, that eventually we do get to that point where, not that we would know, Mina, because we can't hear the commentary, but we would hear, the referee's decisions, or at least some discussion after the game about Anthony cuts inside his bait, he's going to have a shot. Shoots! Oh. Now, that was a shot in slow motion.
Everything's just looking slow today. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's like both of our internets. Slow.
Yes. My internet was not the problem. My laptop just randomly shut down. When I put the mic in, when I plugged my mic in, it just shut down. And I was like, wow, this is what KG goes through. Poor KG.
You know what the worst thing as well is when mine cut out, I could still hear everything for like 2 or 3 minutes. So when it came down and you went like, oh, who's laughing now? Because first of all, it started like buffering on you. I went, you.
I didn't realize that you could hear.
I was like, you're laughing. I was like, there's nothing wrong with my internet. And then it was me. I was like, oh, crap. Here's Varane. Puts it out to Anthony. It's going to cut back, of course. Although I do agree with what Ten Hag was saying, Mina, in the press conference, where he was saying that actually the link-up play between Wan-Bissaka and Anthony is getting better.
Yeah, it is. He said it about Wan-Bissaka in terms of the support he's providing to Anthony, which is good that he's being recognised for the things that he was once criticised for.
Casemiro, it is a foul. Ball was rolling, ref. There you go, rolling ball.
People are asking me to get rid of this jumper. I just don't get it. It's a nice jumper.
There's nothing wrong with the jumper.
It's a nice jumper, guys. I'm sorry about the colour, but maybe I can change my lights and see if I can get a different colour light reflecting on me. Nah, I don't think I can. Sorry, guys.
I developed a bit of a complex because I only have press him, go on. I only have so many pairs of hoodies. And then I started to realise that I was wearing a specific hoodie almost on every match day. And every match view thing.
Oh, what
I was almost wearing the same clothes. Almost. And I was like,
Veghorst is not fast enough.
But it doesn't need to be, Mina. That he doesn't.
No. I mean the ball that Bruno just played him. He's not fast enough for that ball.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why Bruno fizzed the pass into him.
Well, he's already playing with Oshiman. That's why. But even to be fair, he's playing with Harry Kane. Harry Kane's not making that ball either. As I think this is Flex. Says nothing wrong with a jumper. LOL.
Thanks, Josh, or Flex, whichever one that is.
Probably, I reckon it's Fleck. I reckon it's probably.
Flex needs to make his own account.
This is.
It doesn't belong to him. This is a universal. It's a universal page.
Every time I log in to, upload something to the channel, whatever, I'm greeted with like 10,000 videos of trainers, sneaker search or whatever like that.
That's one thing. Yeah. That's like me. My whole subscriptions on YouTube, most of it is like football content creators, and then there's just a bunch of sneakers people that I follow that do reviews.
Yeah, mine's all over the place. Mine. There you go. It's me, Fleck. LOL. So, well, thank God you tuned in now, Fleck, and not earlier on. If you tuned in earlier on, we had
we would have been we would have been sacked.
Yeah, there'd have been disciplinary meetings, So, and he's saying it's not even him. He says he doesn't even like sneakers. You're a disgrace. You're a cheat. I know it's you. And you sent me a thing the other day of the Undertaker going sneaker shopping on Complex, which I did watch. Not that I.
So how is he trying to lie? Say that it's not him.
Not that I know any of the trainers that they get, and I watch those and I'm like, man, you can't spend that on trainers. Are you kidding me?
What's the most you would spend on trainers?
I don't know. Actually, honestly, I don't know. How much do they even cost?
It depends what brand. If it's resale, if it's store value or you're getting it resale. Come on, Rev.
I wouldn't do.
They're just flinging players around.
They just pick the ball up. That's handball. That's handball, man. You can't just hold the ball. Look at him. Look at Anthony talking to him as well. You can't do that. No, I don't know how. I mean, I wouldn't want to be going into like hundreds that much with trainers. I mean, I know some.
I can't remember the last time I bought a pair of trainers for less than 100.
That wasn't.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Probably when I was like 11.
You know what I do? I'd wait till it's like birthdays or the holidays, and I just go, "Can you get me some trainers?" That's it. That's what I'll do. You know what I mean? I don't buy.
I buy like 2-3 pairs probably every month.
Really?
When they come
Seriously?
out. Yeah, when they come out. Yeah. If it's nice trainers that I like, I buy them, and I keep the shoe box as well, so you can imagine what my storage room looks like because I keep them in the shoe boxes.
Oh. Man, yeah, that's just a different lifestyle to me. I've got like maybe like 4 pairs of shoes in general. Like,
it's because I like to wear like Jordans and whatnot, and because they release different types every so often. Like in the month,
you like to coordinate as well, don't you? With like what you're wearing as well, yeah.
So like they match my hoodies, they match my United shirts, etc. So I like to buy trainers. From when I was a kid, I used to like to buy trainers.
Yeah. I saw, I was watching this other one with Steve Austin went sneaker shopping and he bought some like Kobe Bryant. I think they were like, they're Nikes. They were like these purple and gold ones.
They're the Laker edition ones, yeah.
Yeah, the Laker edition ones. They were like $800 or something like that.
Yeah, I bought a pair of Kobe's when I used to play basketball, but yeah, they were like $150 back then, and that was a lot. That was like 2011, 2012, and £150. It was a lot. So now I can imagine how much they cost.
That's crazy. And if it costs that much, I wouldn't want to wear them.
Today.
It might be. Yeah. It might be. Let's have a look. I'll get the stats up in front of me. But yeah, if they cost that much, I'm not buying them. I'm not even wearing them. I'm keeping them in the
on average, like Jordan 1s cost like $150 when they come out. Depending on what size you wear. If you're above size 6, so they're like $150. So if you're buying like 3 pairs a month, you're spending about £500 on it every month.
That's insane.
See, Flex says can never have enough trainers. Flex knows because I've seen a couple of trainers on his feet that I'm trying to steal. So I just need him to take it off one day in the studio so I can take them.
Look at you trying to steal the shoes off a man's feet. Terrible. Terrible.
I'm joking, guys. I'm kidding.
Corner to United. Ball whipped in. Oh, and he went to Weghorst. And it's going to be cleared out for another corner, I think. Yeah, actually, to be fair, I've seen with Flex before we start some of these streams in his room. There's like full-on boxes.
Oh, I'm glad you said it because I've been eyeing it up. I've been waiting him to move. I wanted him to move like his webcam a little to the left so that I could see what shoes they were.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do it. So I just have to keep plotting.
Yeah, exactly. Flex is trying to rob. Josh just says disgrace cheat. It could depending on this stream, it could be on a variety of things he's referring to. in fairness. It might be the likes. We're less than 50 likes away from 400. So if you haven't already clicked the like button, be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right hand corner. Ooh, Anthony tried to go past the play. I tell you what, for the opening 25 minutes, nothing has happened. I mean, zero. Nothing has happened. Just looking at the stats.
We have not had a shot.
We've had one.
I think,
one shot,
target.
one on target. They've had 0 shots. 73% possession for United, 27 for Forest. Not a lot going on in this one, which is what we've been talking about. Sneakers, hoodies, you name it. Bring it up in the chat as well. I don't even know what size feet.
Oh.
Go on, Fred.
Is that Garnacho?
Anthony. Ball in. Oh, headed away. Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, that's a good ball from Fred.
Come on. Wamby. I don't even know. What size foot are you, Flex? I'm a 10. Does that make it difficult?
No wonder you don't like to buy trainers. No wonder, because it's probably expensive.
Yeah.
It's probably expensive.
Yeah.
Anything like, I think above size 9 is difficult to find.
Yeah, I mean, see, yeah. Well, that's not even a reason. I just can't be bothered. But yeah, I'll use that as an excuse. Yeah, well, it's just difficult.
But you know, when growing up, like everybody got like, everyone has interests like growing up. So maybe growing up, trainers were not your interest. So
but then to be fair, it was the same with football boots. Football boots weren't really; they were purely functional for me. Go on, Veghorst, plays it off to Fred. Oh, Fred. This first half has been rubbish. Go on, Fred. No, even football boots. I wasn't big on them as well. I had my black pair of football boots. I think I might have had some Predators.
Oh my God. I used to beg one of my siblings, she played for QPR Women's growing up. I used to beg her to have her trainers, like her leftover football boots. I had one pair of football boots, the black and gold Ronaldinho Nikes. If anybody knows those, then you know ball. I had those growing up. I used to wear it everywhere.
I had the sort of Total 90 ones. You know, the one that had the 90.
Total 90, yeah. Total 90 ones, yeah.
On the side of the boot as well. I was into goalie gloves. Not that I actually knew the make or them or anything like that, but I had quite a few pairs of them.
You used to collect goalie gloves?
Yeah. I played in golf, so I used to be quite keen on them. You know what I mean?
That is the funniest.
You should have seen me go into like a sporting shop or whatever, and I'd be like, "Oh, God, they're nice. They're nice. They're good. I'll try those on."
That is the funniest collectible. That is the funniest collectible. Goalie gloves, but I get it.
Yeah.
If you're a goalkeeper, then that makes sense.
Was that a handball? Have a look at this. I don't know if he knows much about it.
Ooh, it bounced, and it bounced off the floor. That would be harsh. Oh, look, Flex said he's 10.5.
Nasty. Flex is 10.5.
He's a 10.5 and 9.5 in Air Forces. I don't know what. Yeah, people go down in size in Air Forces.
Flex says love football boots. Used to collect them as well. Yeah, basically the same. It's parallel, isn't it? You know, if you liked trainers, whatever, then you collect football boots. I used to have a pair
of Beckhams. I had a pair of Beckham.
Were they?
Yeah, they were the Predators. But it was
that the one with the
his grey and red and the flap that you put over your
top?
toe.
Yeah, I think I might have those as well. Yeah, I used to have just bought like 4 or 5 pairs of goalie gloves though. That was good. I had my finger savers ones as well. You know, so you don't break your fingers. One without finger savers, you can get better grip.
I used to play in goal as well. I think for like 4 or 5 years, but I had 1 pair of goalie gloves.
You gotta get loads. Got to get loads. Have your goalkeeper bag with all of the stuff in. Tremendous. Luke Shaw over the free kick. Ball in. Casemiro back post. Oh, saved by Hennessy.
Ooh, that's unlucky.
Yeah.
Who would have thought Casemiro would be the target man for crossing the ball in?
That's it. Super chat from.
Come on, ref.
Oh, super chat from It's Just Danny says, Owen, you've been applying that Nivea, bro, glowing. No. You kidding me? I barely know what Nivea is.
How do you know? Nivea is cream.
Moisturizer, isn't
it? So what moisturizer do you use? Not Nivea, clearly.
I don't use moisturizer. I just use water. Have a shower. This is all natural, my friend. You wake up like this. This is my natural beauty. Come on. The crazy thing is, Mina, is I used to legitimately work for a well-known skincare company, like a premium skincare brand. and I don't use any products. Not that that's their fault or anything like that. They recommend it to me a lot. I just think it's all a bit nonsense. You know, I had like my moisturizer,
if I just wash
toner,
my face,
T-zone,
you have
all
to
that
use
kind of
serum.
stuff.
You have to use serum.
Yeah, of
You have
course
to
you
use
do.
moisturizer.
Yeah.
You have to use your roller. You have to use everything.
Yeah.
But if
Put your eye
I wash
cream,
my face and just go out, I would look dry as hell.
Different skin types, isn't it? I've got mixed skin apparently.
Privilege.
I've got an oily forehead and very dry cheeks, I was told.
Owen's living the life.
Yeah.
You are living the life.
Yeah, honestly, like when I was working for this skincare company, I wasn't like obviously working on the shop floor or anything like that. I was working in marketing, but I had to go to a day which they taught those people that worked on the shop floor. So just to familiarize yourself with the products, they send you there. And I got assessed by like 40 people in one room. And they said, "Oh, what's your routine?" And I was like, "What?" He went, "What's your routine?" I was like, I wake up in the morning, get out of bed.
Your morning routine.
Maybe have a cup of coffee. And they were like, "No, like, you know, serum, toner, moisturizer." And I said that. I went, "I use water." And they went, "You use water?" And I was like, "Yeah." They were like, "Oh," and I could hear like the mumblings in the room going, "Oh." I was like, "I want to leave this room, man. This does not feel fair." Look at Casemiro. What a sliding tackle. That's when you know for the first 30 minutes, not a lot's been going on. We're talking about my moisturizing routine or lack thereof.
Garnacho has been the only real threat, I think, all game. And even so, is like he keeps getting taken out. It's 3 different times physical. I can count so far. They're very physical with him. Oh, Wamby's lucky there.
There's Bruno.
Off you go. That's what I like about Garnacho. He's always hugging the touchline when he's waiting for the ball.
He's Garnacho, Bruno. Josh is right. The oil just seeps down to the cheeks. Problem solved. And depending on how you read that, I mean my forehead. That's what I really talk about. And then Blue Dabba says, "Owen's skin's looking lush and good." Thank you. Thank you very much.
Do you use warm water or cold water?
That's a good question, Mina. I tried to use warm.
Cost of living crisis. You can't have your hot water on.
No, it's just laziness. Sometimes I can't be bothered to wait for it to heat up. I can't be bothered. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good one from Garnacho. He's been our only threat. I know it seems like we're not watching the game, guys, but I'm actually watching it. Garnacho's actually been our only threat.
Yeah, he slipped a little bit. The defender there skipped past him. That's a good little touch. Put the ball in. It's not a bad ball. And Weghorst was there. If the keeper didn't commit to it, he would have had a tap in. But Hennessy was diving out. Oh, ball over top. You got to deal with that. Martinez. Oh, sweeper keeper. Tom Heaton. Extraordinaire. Look at him. David De Gea, take notes on the bench. I tell you, Marcel's going to be there in the crowd going, nodding. Me giving it that.
Jaden, I'm so happy to see him. He's looking good. He's looking healthy. He's looking good.
He looks happy to be there as well.
Oh, what a save!
Whoa! Oh, Tom Heaton. That kind of hit him.
I think I'm like 2 seconds ahead of you, so I'm going to pause it and play it.
This is remotes.
Yeah. We're in sync now.
Which is crazy because we're watching the same channel at the same time, and it's amazing how different feeds work, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually you know what though? One day when I was on Sky, I'm not big-headed, guys, but I just wanted to watch myself back afterwards. So it was on the TV while I was doing the stream, and there was like a good 7 seconds between when I was talking and when my face would come up on my TV screen. I was actually quite impressed with that.
You're a braver person than I, because I can not watch any of them back at all.
You know why I have to watch myself back,
Never.
especially on television. I talk too fast. So I sit there with a notepad and okay, talking too fast, tick. I blink too much, tick. I have to analyze myself.
How can you stop that? Like that the whole time?
It's just I put sellotape on my eyes.
Yeah, let's go to Mina.
Oh man! But if anybody is awake tomorrow morning, I'll be on Sky Sports talking about United.
There you go.
7:30. So a lot of people won't be awake at that time. But if you are having your breakfast, tune in, and I promise I won't have sellotape attached to my eyelids.
Oh, Garnacho.
Oh, unlucky.
7:30. Is that Paper Talk? Is that one?
Yeah, Paper Talk in the morning.
Excellent. Yes, do tune in. If you're watching this, tune in. It's weird, isn't it, when you do that, because you do it, especially when you do it from home or whatever, and then you finish and you just go, "Oh, it's on telly." It's kind of, I don't know. It's a wild experience, but a good one.
It's a weird one for sure.
35 minutes gone, still 0-0 in this one. This is a bit of advice. Use toothpicks to prop your eyes open. You know, still a lot of people talking about if I look moisturized. It's a big topic.
I think people are probably zooming in on your face right now to see.
Yeah. It's just good lighting. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this first half has been drier than parts of my skin, Mina.
At least you said it. If I said it, people might have accused me of bullying you. So I'm glad that you said it.
No, I've been hit with that stick a long time ago. People used to say I used to bully KG. How can I bully KG? He's a grown man with children. Like, he's a comedian. He's a stand-up comic. Like,
his whole job is to bully people. Comedian's whole job is to bully people.
Has Wan-Bissaka's number come off the back of his shirt? I think it has.
It's the cost of living crisis. They brought these shirts from DHgate. They have bought these shirts from DHgate.
They're what? Fruit of the Loom. That's what they've printed them on the back. Is that a corner for United, or are they saying that already went out? I think it's a goal kick. Oh no, it's a corner. Luke Shaw puts the ball in. Oh, head of the way. Anthony, edge of the box. Oh, unlucky, Anthony.
Unlucky.
Ed says, have you met Mrs. KG? She bullies him all the time. She's tremendous as well. And she should. KG deserves it a lot of the time. You see he's buying knockoff TVs.
When he said that he went to pick up his daughter and the teacher said to him, hold that, I couldn't stop laughing. I could not stop laughing. After the Arsenal game.
Yeah, I mean, actually, that's a good point. I don't know if Flex is still watching. I don't know if Flex is aware of KG and Josh's antics yesterday with the television, because
I don't think Flex is aware. He's probably thinking, what the hell are we talking about?
Yeah,
I would not have known about it if I didn't watch his stream. I just happened to tune in.
Yeah, me too. Because I like you, I wasn't there from the start. I just happened to tune in at the right time, and I was like, "What?" I haven't even spoken to Josh about that actually today. About the TV. I didn't want to ruin the age of Josh Aquarius, as he puts it. Josh has very strange rules about his birthday.
Flex is in the comment.
What's happened now, for F's sake? Well, I don't look. I don't think it's appropriate that I tell the story and get details wrong. All I will say is ask Josh and ask KG what they did on the way home yesterday. After a very successful day in Carrington, asking questions to Eric Ten Hag, representing UV, they may have made a purchase that turned out to be... Why? I just don't understand, Mina. I don't understand if anyone approached you, why you would purchase a television off them.
Why would you give them your money? Like that's what I don't understand. I think it was I think KG. I get it. He was on such a high yesterday, and I understand. I should have tried to scam him. I might have been able to get a bit of money off him. I should have sent him a text of like a fake number saying, "Oh, you haven't paid your TV license. Click this link to pay your TV license," and then I could have got his credit card details. But he was on such a high yesterday. Nothing could have brought it down. Even yesterday, he was laughing about the whole TV thing.
Through the legs. Oh, Bruno, come on. You can't, Bruno. You can't. Yeah, it's just the irony. He's a television actor, and he got scammed for a television. Where was
Look at Casemiro. Oh, what a guy.
Flex says, has KG been done by the Mandem that sells TV with no circuit board inside? I think essentially, yes. I think he and not only, and this is what's disappointing, is he convinced Josh also to purchase a television. I thought Josh was much more street savvy than that. And they both purchased televisions, which were not actually the televisions they thought they purchased.
He's off. Anthony's off. Oh.
Keep going, Brun. Look for Garnacho. We'll do a pass. Do something. He's found Anthony. Oh, Bruno. Oh, come on. These accounts are getting out of hand.
I love this community. This community is actually the best community ever.
Top of the morning, lads. Oh.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man. JP87TM says KG buying TVs with no screen. Yeah. Flex says, not gonna lie, that happened to me once, but I was 18, not 36. How does it even happen to you at 18? Like, I would never.
No, but they come to your house sometimes. In my neighborhood, they knock on people's door. They're like, "Hi guys, do you guys want to buy mattresses? Do you want to buy duvets? Do you want to buy pillows? Do you want to buy carpets?" And my mom's always like, "No, close the door, close the door." Sometimes I'm intrigued. I want to check it out.
Really? I'd be like, if anyone ever comes to my door trying to sell a mattress to me, I'm like, no way. Like,
it could be a proper bargain.
But there's
you know how expensive mattresses are now.
Yeah,
they're expensive.
Yeah.
So TVs are expensive. I get it.
Yeah.
I get why KG did it.
I just don't. Steffi Jake says, did you just reveal KG's age, Flex? The answer is no, Steffi, because KG's age. Oh, Luke Shaw, that was the worst shot. KG's age is unknown, but even by him. Someone said on here once they thought he was in his 50s.
Oh, that's so rude.
He didn't deny it. That's all I'm saying. Amanor says, KG buying TVs, sell them to AFTV. It's just Danny says, I paid to see KG do the Nigerian phone jacked. But again, he actually rung the guy on his stream last night, and the guy picked up at midnight to answer the phone and then deny that it was the case.
Grafter.
He even offered, and this is
He's
when,
a grafter.
you know, this is when suspicions were raised. This is when my suspicions were raised, when he went, I'll give you a replacement now. Blocked.
Oh, Fred is lucky there. He took the man down in the box. This is such a scrappy match.
Yeah, I'm really shocked by the strength of team we've put out. I thought we were going to have like
scrappy.
I thought we were going to have a much sort of better performance here. It's been actually like a really terrible first half of football. It's a foul throw as well. Casemiro dived into the tackle, cut it back, blocked by his own player. Actually, Fred does well in the end. Does he get the ball?
Yeah, he looks like he did. Yeah, he did get the ball.
Yeah, just about. Well done, Fred. See, this is the thing. Look, lots of different accounts of KG's age. Show Ryan says KG is 47. Ian says KG light 39.
Somebody said something funny. Where is it? KG's older. Man's got 4 passports. Do you know how old you have to be to have 4 passports? Because they expire like every 10 years. Once you're after the age of 16.
KG's getting to that age. He's got to retake his driving test. You know what I mean? Got to retake. Just to be sure. Boy Kev with the super chat says, I've been scam, lads. And as Josh says, boy Kev's a ripe 17. Yeah, he is. It's entirely true. Boy Kev's still looking for a club as well. Put the Boy Kev emojis in the chat. Here with a kick up the pitch. Bekos didn't win the header, shockingly. Casemiro to Martinez. Out to Luke Shaw. I mean, as 45 minutes go, it's been not a lot. Luckily, we have been talking about anything but the game.
This is more like a get to know Mina and Owen show.
Yeah, question and answers.
Less than a match view.
Get your questions in.
All right, Anthony, there you go.
Oh, what's he going to do? Going to do anything with it? Casemiro calling. Off the post. Vout.
What a first-time ball from Casemiro. What
He's
a first-time
proper.
ball. And that's
He's
a good
proper,
header.
Mina.
Look at
this.
Bam. Clip that.
Oh, and the thing is, it's a good header by Weghorst too.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good header. Even he shot. Oh, unlucky, man. Whose idea was it to even have 2 legs for a semi-final of a Carabao Cup?
I mean, this season they shouldn't, should they? In the same way that I can't believe they're having FA Cup replays. Like, that just, to me, seems such a bad idea.
Yeah, it's pointless. Especially with, like, the World Cup break. It just don't make sense.
No. Bruno. Maybe you would say with a header from Weghorst.
Oh, come on, ref.
Book him.
Not Varane. Oh, man.
This is what I was saying, Mina. This was why I was worried. I said, you don't have to be worried about your players. You have to be worried about the opposition players. Look at that. Nasty.
Oh.
Nasty. He should be fine. If he's
He
injured
should be
from
sent
that,
off.
to be fair, if he's injured from that, I'd be furious because I'd be like, Varane, you are literally made out of glass. It was late.
Anthony's
it was a
not
booking.
happy.
You should be fine.
Sturridge without the T.
Yeah, Sturridge. You can't touch Varane. The ghost of Wraith the Phantom.
But I do feel like with players like Varane, Martial, like once a tackle gets put into them, I do get scared every time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which is, I don't want to live like that.
But at the same time, could you say, like, now that we're basically at halftime and it's 0-0, if you're Ten Hag, make the subs now, because Forest scoring 3 goals, 1 half. I mean, they've had, like, was it 1 shot, something like that? And there we go.
David, Forest have been poor equally as much as we've not just been capitalizing off that, which is not, like I said, I did say, like, this is just a game where we need to defend. Like, if we don't score, it don't matter. It don't matter if we don't score, we've still won. But whoever's idea was to have 2 legs for a Carabao Cup semi-final, pointless.
Yeah, I mean, half-time, 0-0 at Old Trafford. I mean, I can ask you, Mina, what you've made of that first half, but I'm not really sure there's anything to talk about after that opening half. In terms of the stats and statistics, United had 5 shots, 2 on target, 73% possession in that half, 2 shots from Forest, 2 on target, 27% possession. Just a bit of a drab game, isn't it? I mean, it's almost like Forest know that they've lost and United know that they're already through, and it's just a case of just sort of going through the motions, isn't it?
Yeah, like I think obviously this fixture probably meant more to Forest than it did to us, simply because we're already 3-0 up. It's more about just seeing the fixture out. But I don't know why, I just had expectations of seeing a little something. I'm quite easily impressed with Garnacho. I think he looked quite exciting. The few opportunities that he had on the ball before he was butchered down by the opposition defenders. He was running at players, a bit indecisive sometimes. I see like he hesitates whether to pass or keep dribbling, but we can see that he's still developing those raw talents. The final will not be like this. Obviously, 45 minutes left is quite unlikely. It's so funny because I say this, but imagine I say it's unlikely we concede 3 goals in the second half and then we concede 3 goals. That would actually be funny. But the best chance that we've had just come from Weghorst hitting the post. Like, that's literally the best chance that we've had. Outside of Garnacho, I think Casemiro has been good defensively, bar 1 or 2 mistimed tackles where he's lucky not to get booked or something. He just needs to be careful. We saw what happened with Palace when he got booked, when he should have avoided that. So it's just about seeing the game out. I want to see Jadon Sancho play. It would be nice to see Pellistri. It would be nice to see some of the younger players play, because as the season goes on, we're going to need to rely on that squad depth a bit more. Would you want to see Martial come on?
Honestly, no, I wouldn't. And the reason I say that is because, well, I suppose if he's named in the squad, he should be good enough or fit enough rather to come on, maybe for like 10 minutes. I just think we're at a point with Martial now where we don't have to not that we were rushing him back from before, but you know, like it was always a countdown to when is Martial going to be back? And whenever he was back in training, it was a case of how long can he play in the match? Is he going to start? Like what's going to happen? We don't have to do that now. Like we can take it a little bit slower with him. We don't have to force it every single time. And maybe he can come on for just 10 minutes, not 45. You know, maybe it'll be something like that. I think you're right. Sancho, I'd like to see him come on. Well, the thing is, actually, who would you, if you were trying to get on Sancho and Facundo onto the pitch, how would you do that? Sancho on the left and Facundo on the right?
Or if we were to keep Garnacho on, Sancho in the 10 and Facundo on the right. Again, I don't know if Ten Hag would just throw him into a position that he hasn't played in for Manchester United much. I know that we have seen, I do remember him playing in the 10. I can't remember exactly what game it was early in the season, or if it was pre-season when we saw him in that role. But I do remember seeing him at some point playing in that 10 space. I actually think it was in a Europa League game. So if we, you know what's crazy is that I like Bruno Fernandes, but he plays every game. He plays game in, game out, and big credit to him. Whatever he does to stay fit, to be able to be playing and be available all the time.
What do you think? Do you think that, again, one, that's because he wants to play every game, obviously, and he's the captain, basically the captain of the team, of the club, essentially. But also as well, talking about players they can't get injured. Like if Bruno got injured, not that he ever does, touch wood, but if he got injured, genuinely, who would replace him in that United side? What would they do?
Yeah, so we have no one, like we just got a bunch of players that can play in that role. There's no one outright that could replace him. Van der Beek injured, Eriksen injured. The only other person that I can think of that plays in that position is Kobbie Mainoo, and he's a youngster. He's an academy product. He's still raw. He's still young. Still has a lot to learn. So I don't think he would get thrown into that immediately. Obviously, we've seen McTominay. I can imagine, and I'm sorry to say this, but I can imagine like if McTominay was fit, he would go there. If Fred is able to, he would go there, because we've seen both of them play in that position under Ten Hag when he's made substitutions during games.
Oh, imagine. I know we have seen them play there, but my goodness me, that's a drop-off. That's a proper drop in that position. Priest of Medellin said, this is horrible football. Ten Hag will be fuming. I think Ten Hag won't be happy, certainly. I don't think, again, and this is what I said after against Reading at half-time. There was a bit of negativity. This is terrible. Some of these players are rubbish, and it was a bit like, well, let's just calm down. I think we'll still win the game. We'll still create chances, and we did. Same vein with this one as well. I still think in second half, I still think we'll win this game. I still think we'll probably score a couple of goals. But I think Ten Hag will probably say to the players at half time, yeah, I know you might be thinking towards Wembley, and I know you might be thinking that there's nothing really going on in this game, but still keep momentum going. Score some goals. Make sure that you're just used to winning at Old Trafford and raise your levels a little bit. Casemiro, it's funny because Casemiro there, he was with the header. He was the difference against Reading. And so far, he might be the person who makes the difference in this one as well. Whether it was the cross to Weghorst too. Everything just comes from Casemiro, doesn't it? Everything comes through him. He's something else.
He's probably, do you think he'll win our player of the season?
Well, it's plenty of time to go, but already you would say if they were to vote on it now, that is a tough one. I'm going to put a poll in the chat.
Because Rashford has an answer for it. Yeah, because Rashford has an answer for it. Martinez has an answer for it. I think it would be between them three. I genuinely feel like it would be between them three.
I'm going to put a poll in the chat.
Because I think there's player of the year, and then I think there's players player of the year. There's two trophies, 2 club trophies. But because I've seen player of the month, Rashford won it recently, and he won it last month. So since August, except for this month and last month, all the other winners of player of the month have been people that we brought in the summer. And then Rashford has won it now twice in a row. Martinez has won it. Casemiro has won it twice, I think, since he's come. Eriksen has won it once. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see.
Polls in the chat. Who would win player of the season? I mean, that's grammatically, it's kind of all over the place, that question. But the 3 options are Casemiro, Rashford, and Martinez. And again, it's an interesting one. I think you're right. Come the end of the season, one of them will win players. What is it? Fans player, and then there's just player of the season, something like that, isn't there? Yeah.
Isn't there players player?
Is there
of the
players
season?
player? Because if that is the case, then proper Sunday League football settings, they'll share it around. They'll make sure that one of them gets one each or something like that.
I'll give them. Cut up the trophy in thirds.
Yeah,
and give it to each of them.
Well, wasn't it McTominay when he got an award under Jose Mourinho, and it was like was it like manager's player, and that was the first year that was invented. Like Jose had just invented.
They should have scrapped it right there and then. They should have after McTominay won it. They should have scrapped it there.
Yeah. Who would get manager's player then? If Ten Hag, I don't think Ten Hag would do such a thing.
I think Rashford. Yeah, I don't think he likes to pick because I think everybody and this goes even to like the squad players, like the bench players. I think he values everybody in terms of what role they have to play in the club being a better club than what it is right now. But the way that Ten Hag talks about Rashford, like I think he loves him so much. I think he loves Rashford so much.
Tank says 4 months left, so hard to choose. Lux Hill says Rashford will probably win manager's player of the year. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. So far in the chat, again, it's only been like a minute since it's put in there, but already a couple 100 votes. Casemiro out in front with 56% so far. Rashford second with 32. Martinez with 11%. Interesting. I suppose Martinez has won enough this year. You know, he won a World Cup. I don't think he's going to be too upset if he doesn't get a individual trophy at the end of the season. Maybe it would be. Maybe he's that kind of personality. He's the butcher for a reason. Some of his comments on Instagram are fantastic as well.
You know what? It's one thing I love. Not even like Bruno Fernandes, David De Gea. Like first, what Martinez replies to like De Gea and all of them is funny. But I don't know if you saw Cancelo move to Bayern Munich, and Bruno Fernandes commented on his Instagram picture, basically saying something along the lines like, "Oh, on to better things." Like basically, you're better than what you've just left behind.
M Sati with the super chat says pundits harsh on Wout. I think he is very good so far. What have they been saying that he's been doing badly? I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. I would think that he was unlucky with his header. Maybe he could have said headed it in back where it came from, but I think he's done okay. I don't think you can pinpoint any individual player in that half and be like they have been awful. I think there's just been no real tempo for whatever reason. It's just been really slow. Again, it's felt like a game where one team is 3-0 up and the other team's like, yeah, we know we've lost. We're just showing up at this point. They've got other things to fight for. Forest. It's just Danny says, is there a we buy any car for footballers? Take Fred. Oh, very harsh. Very harsh
on Fred. He's a squad player. You know, one thing I think about Fred, I feel like when he's called upon on a consistent basis, he crumbles. But when you call on him like once every few games to put in a shift, he can do that. And we've seen it so many times this season. Like we've actually seen it quite a few times this season. And don't get me wrong, I feel like that's his role in the team. I think his role is a rotational player. He's a squad player. He's the guy that you bring on 70, 75 minutes into the game when you're winning 2-0 and you just want to see the game out. He's one of those guys. Or what he did against City to Kevin De Bruyne. You know, when you give someone a role, you give them a specific job for the entire game and they just do that. But then when you call on him every game to play, I think that's when you see his downfall.
Yeah, it's consistency, isn't it? Shalil Patel says, was it just me or we were very sloppy and slow next to no clean chances created? We need to fix up second half. Hopefully Sancho gets minutes. I definitely wasn't just you, Shalil, because I think that's the general consensus was that, again, it was just slow, lethargic. We're talking about rotation, all that. And it's almost like they're resting while playing, in that first half. It's kind of walking football. But it's going to be interesting. I'd love to know, and we'll probably find out after the game, but I'd love to know what Ten Hag does say to his players at halftime, because you get the impression that he's just not for coasting through games. He's not for standards dropping, even though you're through. He's like, let's keep momentum going. I picked the strong team for a reason. This team should be good enough to easily beat Forest. And it's almost like the same team talk, honestly, that he gave to United against Reading at the weekend, which was, go and just shape up a little bit. And then hopefully the first few minutes you'll score goals. However, the difference between this game and that game at the weekend was that in that first half, it's not as if we weren't creating full-blown chances. We were getting in behind. Whereas in this game, we just haven't really done anything all that much. It's been very slow, very static. Do you think that's fatigue, or do you think that's mentality?
You know what? I think a part of it is scaring me that it's fatigue. I was saying this before, but when Garnacho was running and Anthony was, I was saying like they look a bit laggy. They look a bit slow. I don't know if that's how they are playing intentionally. There's no sense of urgency, or it could just be fatigue. I'm hoping it's that there's no sense of urgency because we're 3-0 up. That's a part of me is hoping that.
Yeah, it's kind of which one's the lesser of two evils, isn't it? You know, if it's tiredness, you go, and this is, I mean, we're right in the middle of a busy spell. He always does this. Is this when he comes back out in the second half? Oh no, it's highlights of the first half. When he comes out in the second half, Ten Hag, he always gives it. Oh, look at him shouting. He always gives it like, go on to the fans, like, you know, make some noise, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure he will do it again. Of course, now as well. I got distracted by Ten Hag's waving.
Sorry, I got distracted from just a goal that my cousin sent me. That Unahi scored on his debut for Marseille, and I'm just so upset.
Oh, is that the one you're seething about? You were disappointed. You mentioned it last night.
10 million euros. And you know what? If I'm watching Fred's performance today and I'm seeing this goal that Unahi just scored, I'm very upset. I'm fuming.
Could we afford 10 million though? Could we have afforded the 10 million Unahi?
You say we could if we pay 5 million up front and then pay 5 million over 5 years.
You're saying amortization of 10 million. That's
amortization, amortize the payments. Why couldn't we do that? Could pay 50% up front and 50% across the number of years of the contract. That could have been an option.
That would have been
Fred
crazy.
and Anthony having a chat coming out of the tunnel.
Go on, Weghorst. There's Varane as well. Bruno. Oh, actually, yes, Tywin, I've missed your super chat. Let me go find it. Appreciate you for letting me know. Here it is. Is it just me, but isn't that Sturridge tackle? I think it was Sturridge, wasn't it? Sturridge tackle, deserving of a red card. Disgusting tackle. Man knows Varane is injury prone, so he puts a foot in. He's a disgrace. He's a cheat. You got to be careful with Rafa. You know what I mean? He is made of glass, you know. And Dawit there says they're playing 40%, not fatigue. Maybe it is something
no
like
sense
that.
of urgency. It could be what they're told. It could be what they're told. Just see the game out. Don't make any stupid mistakes. Don't concede a goal, but no sense of urgency in terms of getting a goal.
Yeah. Oh, there he is, Ten Hag. Looking pensive. I wonder what he's like in the dressing room, because obviously when he's on, you know, doing the interviews and stuff like that, he seems very, you know, very direct, but also quite calm, reserved. It'll be interesting to see what he's like if he's actually like proper screaming at people. And we're off. Second half's underway.
Hopefully, this half is a bit more entertaining.
Yes, indeed. 45 minutes, though, awaits, Mina, between us and Wembley. That's what you got to think.
Wembley.
There's Hennessy. Some people saying they're getting some feedback on my voice. I don't know if it's it might be coming through your end, Mina. If it's my voice.
Look how he's just shifting the blame on me, guys.
It won't be. It'll be. If it's my voice, it will be on the other end, won't it?
It's not from me. I can go on mute and it will probably still be you.
Try it.
Let me go on mute.
Yeah. If I speak now, I wonder if we hear the echo. No echo. Disgrace cheat.
Nah, you can still hear echo. Look, there's people in the chat saying you can still hear echo. Oh, wait, they said all is fine. Oh, never mind. Maybe.
Wow, Mina. Wow. Look at this. Shifting the blame. Yes.
Guys, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening today.
VK says, big up Owen and Mina. What minute we see Marcus, Martial and Sancho on to lift the Old Trafford move? Well, I don't know. To answer your question, it does feel like that could be like the game, though, doesn't it? That could be the game plan. Bring them on, score a couple of goals, win 2 or 3-0, easy, done.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see. Like, we don't need to score, so I don't see like Rashford. I don't see the need for Rashford to come on or Martial. Sancho has just been. It would be nice to just see him play.
I tell you what,
Martinez.
Luke Shaw has been. Some of his pass has been a bit sloppy this evening so far. That's a good pass by Anthony. Fred. Oh, man, this is going to be one of those games. I can just feel it. Well done, Anthony. It's not a foul. Carry on. Keep going. Don't stop. What's happened now? Oh, so who's down? Fred. Dowett says, I need to see more from Shaw. Josh says, I can't hear shit.
Maybe that's your headphones are not working, Josh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's your headphones that are not working.
Maybe it's because you're watching it on your TV. Your knockoff television.
The sound is not coming out of the TV. It's coming out of somewhere else.
Yeah. The Devil's Advocate says, Owen, it's Mina, not Mina. Well, I am aware of this. However, at this point, we've had this conversation, haven't we, where it's the brand. None of the puns work. And you know me, yeah. I live in a world of puns. If I can't do the puns, I mean, I can do Mina the whole time, but Queen Mina is the same as
I've
Queen
been so
Min.
used to you guys saying Mina that it's just ingrained in my head now.
Yeah.
So if you used to start calling me Mina, I would start to think that like you're my siblings and my cousins because that's how they say it.
I mean, speaking of changes as well, I saw that, and I genuinely, this isn't even a bit, this isn't me joking. With Marcel, how do you spell his name?
Is it not how he spells it now?
I don't know. That's my question. I always thought it was Marcel, Marcel. However, I've seen in a couple of recent fan views, it's been spelled completely differently. Like that, Josh. Is that actually how he spell it?
No, he did tell me that's how he spells it.
But
which it doesn't make sense because it's just the same name. It's just literally a different.
If that is the case, why is his Twitter spelled Marcel?
Flex. Apparently, Flex just always spelled it wrong.
Flex just always spelled it wrong.
What a bad boss Flex is. That's bad.
But at the same time, then why is Marcel's Twitter account Marcel with a C? He's got it everywhere.
Maybe he started to embrace it.
He said, but he likes Marcel, so keep using it. That's so.
There you go. He embraced it.
That's so. Josh is calling me. Josh is calling me, won't it?
Josh is a disgrace. He's a cheat.
Josh, you're live.
I was just calling to say the disgrace, the cheat. It's all Flex. It's all Flex. He does the name thing and gets everything wrong. When he sent me Marcel's number, he had it spelled Marcel. So I went, that's how you spell it. So it's always been that. And when I said to Marcel, this is I said, you know your name's wrong because he hotspots me for the internet to upload the video sometimes, isn't it? Yeah. And I was like, this is not how you spell his name. So I went, let me start changing it because that's how you spell his name, innit?
Yeah, but you're crazy.
He was like, Josh, I kind of like that spelling. It's like a alternative, you know. It's a mystery. People don't know how to really spell my name. Let's go with it.
It's not much difference.
The thing is, though, as well, is when it's been spelt wrong on the names, I've been changing it to the other way. I
noticed.
I've been changing it. I've been going bloody typos.
Yeah, I was like, I swear I spelled this the right way. How did it get wrong? Owen's going in there and changed it. And the same thing with Mina. Before, like Flex just always said Mina. So that's where it came from. It was Flex.
And I just it's always Flex. You guys see how Flex is the problem.
You're an disgrace.
Well, Flex just on the screen, he's just said, how about Marcel said he likes his name like this? LOL. So you passive aggressive. Jurgen Fleck from the other side of the world. Jurgen Fleck is still rearing his head.
Yeah. That doesn't make a difference. It doesn't change the fact that you spell it wrong, Fleck. You're an disgrace. You're a cheat.
Well, I want then, considering now, YouTube Shorts, big launch today, I want a short of Marcel saying, just settling it once and for all, how do you spell your name? That's what I would want, big announcement.
Oh, well, I don't know if you're going to get that because he likes the mystery of his name. He doesn't want you to know.
It's not a mystery anymore.
It's not a mystery now, yeah, because we've said the mystery's kind of been revealed.
Not everyone's watching. They're going to come You ain't clipping this bit to put it out on socials by itself so everyone realizes.
Yeah, no,
it's gonna be lost to the ages.
Yeah, it'll be lost. It's fine.
If you went here and now, if you went there, and
yeah. Well, appreciate the update on how to spell Marcel's name because this game's absolutely dynamite. So appreciate that.
I mean, I was watching it on my knockoff TV. Just seems like a blank screen to me. I was disgraced cheats.
Yeah, it's disgrace. Honestly. Honestly, I'll talk to you about that afterwards. That's a disgrace. You're a cheat. All right. I'll speak to you in a bit. Peace and grease. Now Mina's disappeared. She's back.
I'm still here. It's just that the game is so crap. My laptop doesn't want to work with me today. Flex, buy me a new laptop. If you don't want me to leave United View,
what you can do is, I'm sure KG can find you someone to buy a knockoff one. I'm sure it'll be completely fine.
I mean, he's gonna find me someone to buy a camera off for my laptop, and it's gonna be a walkie-talkie. I'm gonna plug it into my laptop. It's gonna be a walkie-talkie or something.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. So I'm better off just not using his connections.
Here's Forrest on the attack. Oh, skips past Casemiro. Corner from Luke Shaw. What's everyone saying here? Vegeta says dead game. Indeed it is. Show Ramen says, guys, it's Marcel, guys. Points to be won.
Guys.
Points is the hands that get me in character. Points to be won. Points on the board. Proliferation. That's what he said earlier on. Proliferation. Big word.
You know what my favorite thing about Marcel is the words that he uses. It's the words that he uses. Sometimes they don't make sense in the sentence that he's using it.
Yeah. Holistically. That's the bit. That's like he likes that one. Holistically. Holistically as a team. He was excited about Sabitzer though because they share the same first name, but not the spelling of the first name. Here's Veghorst. That's a foul, referee. No,
that's like me and Yerry Mina. I'm like, it's like me being excited if United bought Yerry Mina because then I could finally have a Man United shirt that says Mina on the back and it's an actual player.
Ball into the box. Oh, here's Garnacho. Garnacho, is he going to come on the counter attack? Come on,
take him on. Yeah, he's gone. Oh look, he's getting dragged back.
Go Casemiro. Oh, overhit it.
Garnacho has been targeted all game. This right back. Nico Williams, I think it is. Yeah, it's Nico Williams has been dragging him, throwing him, tackling him, beating him up.
That's Flex is right. That's also what Marcel likes to say. Manchester United Football Club. And then every time he says it, Flex goes PLC. PLC. He is going to be a player for Manchester United.
For a penalty.
Are they going for a penalty? Veghorst, he's gone down. Referee's not having any of it. Is there VAR? Anthony's still playing on. Keep going, mate.
He just lashed out at the player.
He just kicked him in the back.
Good.
What's going on? Are we gonna have a check? Is there VAR? I think there is VAR in the game. Let's have a look. Was there anything in it? That is a penalty. I want a penalty for that, Mina. I want a penalty. Seeing another replay of it.
That's a penalty. That is a penalty. Veghorst touched the ball away from him and he booted him in his feet.
First. He gets the ball first. That's a penalty. I would like VAR. Yes, please. Are they even checking it? Are we getting anything in the ear?
No, I don't think he's given it.
Are we not having any check? What's going on?
No, doesn't look like he's given it.
Oh my goodness me.
I feel like there's been so many calls that just have not gone our way this season. I was having this conversation with someone I know who's an Arsenal fan, and I basically said that the congestion of fixtures in February all goes back to the opening game against Real Sociedad. Oh, that is a penalty.
Look at that! It's such a penalty. That is nonsense. And you know what it is? You know I blame Mina? Jurgen Klopp. That's who I blame for it, because you remember during the pandemic where Man United were getting penalties at the time, and he went, well, since I've come here, Manchester United have got more penalties than I've ever got, blah, blah, blah. And then they just stopped giving us penalties since then. Trace it back, Jurgen. Where is he at the moment?
He ruined it. He ruined it for us.
Yeah, Ed, see, exactly. Ed says it there. He started talking about it. We don't get penalties. It's true. How is that? And that's the thing. Like, that to me, that's not even like a VAR. We need VAR to have a look at. The fact the referee missed that in the first place is shocking. Like, these are meant to be the best of the best, Mina. These are the best referees in the country. Are you kidding me? And he should have to come out after the game, and someone should have to say, "Why didn't you give that? Go on, beg horse. Why didn't you give that? Why didn't you give that as a penalty?" And instead of having to go to Peter Walton every 5 minutes and him sort of go,
I don't want to hear that guy again. I don't want to hear from him.
It's about initiating contact, so they're going to go with the on-field decision, no penalty. Well, thanks, Peter.
The funny thing is that, like, yeah, we're still winning. Like, we're still going through respectively. But it would be nice for referees to stop being ridiculous.
I just,
that would be nice.
I just don't like injustice. That's one thing I don't like, Mina. It's an injustice, and that's what it is. JD says, need a change or two to make the squad perk up. I think it is going to be a game. JD, you're right. What are they checking now? They can check VAR with that, but they can't check a penalty.
What are they checking for?
What a crock of shit. Oh, unbelievable. Look at that. They're checking off the ball stuff, but they can't check a clear penalty.
A possible red card they're checking.
For Garnacho. What, because he shoves him? That's not even a red card, but they can check that. That is nonsense. I assumed, Mina, that they didn't check the penalty because they didn't have VAR. They did have VAR. They just couldn't be bothered. Oh, my goodness me. What is this VAR? Is it like a smart meter? You got to put 50p in to make it work. Sorry, we can't be bothered to put the money in at the moment. Let's leave it. Unbelievable.
The thing is, I'm concerned that Garnacho is going to get a bit hot. Look, we're seeing it. He won't be able to control his temperament because he's quite young. So it'll be telling to see the next few minutes, like the next 20, 30 minutes, how it plays out.
But to me, that's nuts. Like,
but that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. They're picking and choosing.
Yeah, they picked literally a nothing. Like, but a big decision. We're not even going to look.
Nico Williams is playing disgustingly. He's actually playing disgustingly right now.
Oh, Varane. Good. You can do that, Varane, because apparently you can just shove people over. It doesn't matter in this game. The referee's not given nothing. Look at him trying to keep up with play.
Even when you look back at the Eriksen injury, he didn't even call that. He didn't even book him for it.
No, exactly.
That was not what Andy Carroll got booked for initially.
It's terrible. And don't get me wrong, I understand referees' job's really difficult, but we're talking about easy decisions. And like you said, picking and choosing bizarre VAR decisions. Oh, we're just going to check a possible red card because Garnacho did nothing. Come on, what are you doing? It's just... Here's Varane. Apparently, according to my phone in front of me, Mina, Jadon Sancho is about to come on the pitch. He's about to come on as a substitute. It's written.
I'm going to have to stand up and clap for him.
It's written for him to come on, change the game, goal or assist. And this referee's disgrace. He's cheat.
The standard of English refereeing is actually so poor.
It is really bad.
Do they officiate? When was the last time an English ref has officiated a World Cup final?
Was it Howard Webb? And it didn't go very well, did it? That's where the
lucky.
Good save. Yeah, I think it was at Howard Webb, and that's the one where he didn't send off Nigel de Jong.
Yeah,
with the kick to the chest.
And now we know why. But Casemiro was falling, and he still managed to get that pass off.
That's good. And look at Garnacho sat
him
down
Nico
as well.
Williams on the floor.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, sit down, Nico. Doing his best Joe Gomez impression. Matoma did that to Joe Gomez the other day. That was funny.
Oh,
look, he ran into him by accident. Come on. Is that what it was about?
No, well, I think the other one was about him squaring up to him. That's just leaving a bit left on.
It's football.
I tell you honestly, and I don't understand with referees as well. Here we go. Look at that trio: Rashford, Martial, Sancho. Come on, bring him on. In comes Marcus. Are we going to get the head point this evening? I'd love for Sancho to score and Sancho do it. do the head point.
I would love to. I would love for him to do that. Welcome back, Jaden. Whole of Old Trafford's behind him.
Yeah.
And even everyone away from Old Trafford.
Look at Ten Hag.
Look at him. He looks happy.
Smiling. Ten Hag going, this is what it's been all for. Come on, Jaden. Come on.
Welcome back, Jaden. Even Rashford's clapping for him. Good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Let's go. Again, I can only imagine the reception he's receiving at the moment. Oh, there you go. They're saying Old Trafford erupts for Sancho. Come on. And Martial's back as well. Don't get hurt, mate. If you haven't already, be sure to smash a like on the like button. We're 20 likes away from 500. So if you haven't already clicked the like button, be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner. Final 30 minutes between Manchester United and a Carabao Cup final appearance at Wembley against Newcastle United. That's got to be our ball. Is it? Good. I thought I was being stupid last night, Mina, because... Oh, be careful, Wan-Bissaka. Oh! Now, are you going to book him for that? I bet he won't.
It's the headband guy. It's the headband guy that the last the match view, they were taking the mick out of him, Haley and KG, saying that it just looked weird that he was wearing a headband.
When Weghorst scored at the City ground and Haley started galloping around that studio, I was in tears. I was in tears. Oh, it was amazing. Mahat with the super chat says, RIP Forest, all 3 in 1. Come on. David G says...
No. They said whatever you can do, we could do not better. Not better. They're making a triple sub.
What, they're going to bring on Serge Aurier? Oh, they mean real business. David G says, why bring on Rash? Facundo should come on now. It's a good point. Good point. I think maybe because Ten Hag again wants to kill off the game. He still wants to win this match in particular. Or this leg, rather, in particular.
I think he still wants us to score a game or two.
Possibly. On come the Forest substitutes. Mina's vanished again.
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh.
I'm still here.
I thought he'd left me high and dry. Just Josh Media, graphics guru, visual ninja. When it came to Jadon Sancho's reception, says best reception at Old Trafford has had all season. Come on, Josh, look at that. And he's put a little antenna emoji. It's a very clever
antenna? What does that symbolize?
It's saying reception, as in you don't get signal. I mean, gone right
it's
over your head, Mina.
For me. For me. There you go, Bruno. Oh, unlucky Sanch.
Oh, unlucky. That would have been the one. That was the moment. Having a bit of a look. Come on. Yeah, lots of people saying signal, very good reception. You know, it's not easy. Sometimes, you know, it depends on the audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It goes right over my head.
That happened to me earlier on. Flex was talking about watching Venom, and I said a joke. I said a joke, and yeah, it went over his head as well. I won't say the joke because it's quite actually disturbing. But it did work in written, sort of typed form.
It's interesting that he said he watched Venom on the plane. I don't really watch stuff when I'm traveling on a plane. I don't really watch things.
No, I mean, I don't really travel that much when it comes to stuff like that. But I'll watch a film on the plane or whatever. I'm okay with that.
No.
I couldn't do it if I'm in
there you go, Sancho. Oh,
Sancho. Oh, Martial.
They're all over
What's
the place
going on?
right now.
Rashford. Oh.
Rashford, get up. Rashi, get up, man.
If the ref ain't going to give that one, Rashi, no chance. This ref ain't giving nothing tonight.
It looks like Bruno's on the right and Sancho's in the 10. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
It does, yeah. Like. Is he testing out Sancho for the 10? That's what he's doing. He's testing him out. You said he likes to test.
Oh, what a ball.
What's your touch like Bruno? Yeah, difficult. Looking for options. Wan-Bissaka. Oh, good feet, Sancho, because that was a pass right behind you by Wan-Bissaka. There's Martinez. Forward pass, little flick.
Oh, he
did you see
literally
Martial leap from him?
Casemiro.
Oh,
Casemiro like tapped that. It's like when you're playing FIFA and you just tap the shooting button. That had nothing, no pace, no placement, nothing. It was just.
I like the link up though. This was the one where Rashford said he should have had a penalty. I'd be very surprised. No, come on, Rashi, you can't.
He's lucky to not get booked for
Rashford,
that.
you can't go down for that. You can't go down and give the look to the referee as well, as if to say, "Oh, that attack
At least be a
looks
bit more
fluid."
convincing.
Yeah, that attack looks fluid. Ball by Luke Shaw over to Bruno. What's that? Bruno, Rashford, Sancho, Martial, Fred, and Bissaka. Bruno again.
Sancho, unlucky.
Oh,
Is that Bruno? I can't tell. Maybe I need to put my glasses on because I'm sitting too far from the TV. I'm just happy to see Sancho back.
100%. Whoa! Careful, Casemiro.
Casemiro, yellow card, 70th minute. Yeah, okay, not surprised.
Thing is, Casemiro, you can't go like, "Well, have I been booked?" Because he's done a couple in this game, and I think he slipped.
Oh, he slipped into him.
He slipped into him. He slipped. I'm not sure if that's a booking. Maybe he's got an accumulation. This referee's rubbish. He's a disgrace. He's a cheat. Lots of people saying Sancho playing as a 10. Vegeta says Eric out here playing FIFA 23, changing players' positions. Lots of people saying they like the way we look. Well done. Tom Heaton claimed it. Sweeper keeper. Marcel will be taking notes. And also telling people how to spell his name. Fred is Martial. When do you think? Well, actually, the question I suppose will be, when does Martial get injured again, do you think?
I'm not gonna say anything because I feel like I don't want to pray like that. If I say something, it's like I'm expecting his downfall, and I want him to stay fit.
But he doesn't go between now and the end of the season without getting injured.
Yeah, no, I say like in the next 10 games he'll pick up a knock or something, or maybe just precaution. He'll get some bench time. Oh, Casemiro.
Oh, done Casemiro. That's what he does. He gives it away and wins back. Casemiro, Martial. Oh, he slipped. Don't roll your ankle. Bruno! Oh, how did I go in? I was offside.
I was yeah, he was offside. He was offside. For the Reading game, I was sat in the Stretford end for the first time in my 10 years of going to Old Trafford. It was so loud. I respect people who do it on a weekly basis, people who sit in the Stretford end. And now I know why they like to shoot towards the Stretford end in the second half. Because that support is mental.
Yeah,
Carabao Cup final.
Sunday, February 26th.
It's my birthday the week before that. So if anybody wants to get me a birthday present, I would really love a ticket to the Carabao Cup final. I'm just letting that be known to Owen and Flex and Josh and everybody else watching the stream.
Put it out there in the universe. You never know.
Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. I wouldn't mind a ticket to the Carabao Cup final. I'll be free that day.
Yeah. I could, or even if you're not, I can move some things around.
I'll make it free.
Yeah.
I'll move it around for sure.
Make sure it can happen. When was the last time I went to Wembley? Last time I went to Wembley was for Man United versus Everton in the FA Cup semi-final in 2016.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
United haven't been to Wembley in a while, have they? I mean, they've had a couple of semi-finals, haven't they?
I've been to non-United games at Wembley. I've been to quite a few non-United games at Wembley. Been to a few England games as well there. Well done, Sancho.
Josh says, no one's getting a present from me. Ball in, cleared.
I'm just putting it out there. Whether it's Josh that accepts it.
Well, did anyone get you presents for your birthday, Josh? Did anyone get you presents? I don't know if they did or not.
I had someone on the stream was talking to him and didn't even on the phone and didn't even wish him a happy birthday until like midnight.
Well, see, that's where you're mistaken, Mina, because I didn't wish him a happy birthday at all.
You didn't even wish him a happy
I
birthday.
merely acknowledged it was his birthday because Manchester United signed a player and said, "What a great birthday present," is what I said. And I may or may not have realized it was his birthday about 10 minutes before I sent that message.
Wow. Yaya Toure says, I would be upset if I was Josh. But I think Josh doesn't care. I don't think he cares.
And I felt bad because I had been on the phone with him earlier on in the day. I thought, I have to acknowledge.
Off you go. Off you go. There you go. There you go.
Martial, keep running. Stay on side. Stay on side. Who's he going to give it to?
Oh,
Martial. Rashi. Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. 1-0. Anthony Martial scores the goal. We're going to Wembley, Mina. Martial's back with a goal. His record, every time he plays, he gets a goal or assist pretty much. He's back. Lucky he scored because his pass to Rashford was rubbish. But it doesn't matter. He finishes it.
Would that count as an
Manchester
assist?
United on the evening. It counts as an assist for himself. That's what it counts for. Or does it count for Rashford? I don't know.
Just look at Sancho. Look how quick Sancho looks. He was at the halfway line when Martial picked up the ball.
Who started as well? Casemiro.
Ooh, that's quite tight.
Tell you what, if they dare,
He's just offside. Imagine they say his nose is offside or something.
Oh, if they dare, honestly. But look, that's what he does. Mina, he scores goals. Anthony Martial, whenever he plays. Again, his pass was actually not the best to Rashford, but it doesn't matter. Puts it in the net. Ten Hag applauds, and so does Old Trafford. 1-0 on the night, 4-0 on aggregate. That's what we wanted.
Smiling. Yeah. Goal stands.
Goal stands 1-0.
Sixth
goal
goal
of the season.
I can't even remember him playing 6 games.
For a player that hasn't played 90 minutes, by the way, we're in February. He hasn't played 90 minutes. Unbelievable. Next step is the clean sheet. And then we can be on our way to Wembley, or we basically are anyway. But Martial, next step's get Sancho a goal. Hip Hop Geek says, come on, man, Owen. Whenever he plays, pretty much this season, I mean, not every game,
most times,
but most games when he has played, he's either got a goal or an assist. It's crazy. What would you define that as? Goal involvements, shall we say? Goal involvements?
Yeah.
It's nuts. Go on, Sancho. Oh, he was looking for Martial. Could have carried on going yourself. Oh, be careful, Varane. Be careful. Just don't get involved. Ed says the Mins per goal involvement is incredible for Martial. It is. It's crazy.
It's if you and what a
Sancho.
ball from Sancho.
Better. Bruno. Outside of the boot. Oh, Fred! 2-0. 2-0, it's Fred. That's what he does to the floodgates.
That's what he does. That's what he does, man.
He runs, Mina. He runs around. The finish as well.
He finds himself in the 6-yard box.
The finish was fantastic in the sense of he sort of shinned it in. 2-0.
Literally. I thought he used his stomach to play it in for some reason. Look at this ball from Sancho to Bruno. Bam. First touch. Outside of the boot ball from Bruno.
This. Bang. Outside of the boot. Rashford.
Serge Aurier, you are a joke. You are crap. You are crap, Serge Aurier.
Look at his attempt at defending. What is he doing? Oh my goodness.
Absolutely ass.
Yeah, it's a great ball from Bruno. But Serge Aurier, like, what is he attempting to do? Rashford puts it back across goal. Fred off the knee / thigh area, puts it in. 2-0. 2-0 on the night, 5-0 on aggregate. And look, Ten Hag was asked in the press conference about Fred replacing Christian Eriksen. And he did say, look, Fred can't replace Christian Eriksen's qualities because he's going to come in with his own qualities. And Fred, that's 2-2. Scored against Reading, now scored this evening. He's on a goal-scoring run, Mina.
He runs. He runs. People always laugh about me. Some people in the community still mock me for about Fred, but he's been in good form this season. And like I said, there's sometimes when he plays like every game and he just looks out of it, and then there's the times that you call upon him and he can play good. That goal against Reading, though, that was a great goal. That was actually a top goal.
Yeah, that was a good set piece. And to be honest, similar things kind of happened in this game, whereby literally when the first goal goes in, a couple minutes later, bang, 2-0. Easy.
Can I just say, even Bruno looks a lot better today in that right wing spot. It's probably the best I've seen him playing in the right-hand side.
Bruno, Sancho and Rashford as that free behind the striker, and then the striker being either Martial or Weghorst. There's options.
We've got our squad depth back.
Yeah.
Let me not say that too soon.
Yeah, let's be careful. But at the same time, I think they were celebrating the other day, was it 3 years that Bruno's been a United player? He signed at the end of January in 2020?
2020, yeah.
2020. Yeah,
and to have more than 100 goal contributions.
I know.
To have more than 100 goal contributions.
Yeah, it's weird with Bruno, isn't it? Because he signed for United and then he only played in front of a crowd for like a real brief amount of time.
Yeah.
Like a month later,
it was like 4 games or 5 games, less than that. Look at this fluid passing.
Oh,
of course, that's a difficult pass from Fred, but sometimes he just can't get the power of his passes right.
Casemiro is something else.
Newcastle game in the final will be much different to this, especially after the game we had against them early in the season. I think that was one of our few draws around that time.
Yeah, and we should have beat them as well. We had chances to beat them. I think if we'd have had those chances today, I think we would have scored them. But look, at the same time, cup final, I think that we've proven this season the majority of the time. What a weird box that is. You've got a guy from Take That, Sir Alex Ferguson, and Mark Hughes, all in one place.
Ooh, look who's coming on. We're going 5 in the back, or is Martinez going DM? Casemiro's coming off. Varane's coming off. Maguire and Lindelof coming on. Is Martinez going DM and we're going 4 in the back, or are we going 5 in the back? And Fred as a lone pivot.
This is going to be interesting. This is what is known as protection. Ten Hag taking off the big players, leaders. Casemiro off. Varane off. Maguire with that hair looks like he's just woke up.
He probably did.
Yeah, and he realised he was like, oh. Look, Harry, you coming on? What? Play? Bruno stands over this free kick.
Harry Maguire back post, let's go.
And Blue Dabba Dabba Die says Lindelof, because obviously part of the Lindelof fan club.
The only member in the Lindelof fan club.
Well, it's just a big support of the Swedish guys. Wants to know what's going on with Anthony Elanga. Of course, not in the squad again.
It's interesting that actually he was not in the matchday squad after he had a few moves, loan moves denied. One thing that's interesting about me is that the clubs that wanted him is all European clubs that like to develop young prospects. PSV, Borussia Dortmund, but apparently Ten Hag felt like those wouldn't be the right teams for him. So I would love to know more about that.
Well, and also as well, Romano was saying that Elanga had 10 offers. Like 10 offers, 10 loan offers.
Some from PL, but most of them were from Europe.
I mean, one of them I think was Everton. I think in the end they didn't end up signing anyone.
They're the only club in the Premier League not to sign anyone in the transfer window.
It's like, do they want to go down? It must be. You know what I mean?
They're building a nice new stadium as well in the docks in Liverpool, just to play in the Championship. I think they're the only one of the few clubs to never be relegated.
I think so, yeah. One of the founding members. Akil says, interesting, Maguire didn't take the armband. Did he not? No, he's just been given it. Oh, you jinxed it, Akil. Oh, he just got given it at the corner.
Oh, Bruno gave it to him. Yeah, because Bruno was. It wouldn't make sense. Bruno was taking the free kick when he came on. Apparently, Lindelof has gone CDM. Oof! What a save!
Oh, Tom Heaton.
What a save!
Oh, look at that.
In his De Gea bag. What a save!
Marcel's going to be having chats after the game. Tom Heaton deserves an opportunity.
That was a top save.
Again.
Luke Shaw's,
committed. Good strike, good save.
He's been learning from De Gea with that one hand.
The one arm,
that
one arm cross.
The one arm. Yeah, he's been learning from De Gea with that.
It's just Danny says, notice Maguire didn't take the armband. Phased. No, it's not. It's not. He did get it in the end. JD said no armband for Harry as well. No.
But I respect why you know they don't want to Ten Hag, Bruno, whoever, they don't want to disrupt the dressing room. So I know a lot of people because I remember when Ten Hag came in and he said, "Oh, you know, Maguire's going to stay my captain," and people are like, "Oh, see, Ten Hag, he's just a puppet." He doesn't want to. You don't want to come in and make enemies immediately with players. You don't want to do that. And also, like, people can have the armband, but sometimes some people are just captained by armband and they're not captained by actual, you know, respect. And I feel like that might be the case with Maguire. I don't think a lot of people see him as the captain. Like a lot
Certainly
of
not anymore. Not anymore. I think, you know, even the discourse about him being United captain, when people talk about the captain of the club, they already start talking about Bruno, don't they? It's kind of just they go, oh, technically it's Maguire. They go, oh, yeah, I suppose so. But that's going to change at the end of the season. I have no doubt about that. I think it's near enough certain Maguire will go at the end of the season. And I think even he's probably accepted that. You know, I think before, if United had tried to, first of all, if Ollie was never going to get rid of him because he had put so much on him working out at United. Obviously, he was the manager when they bought him for all that money. He made him the captain. Like he was never going to go back on that. Oh, Martinez had a bit of the nipple there. Is he going to have a?
That's the second time, Mr. Headband. Send him off, ref. It's been a long time since I said that. I should tell the ref to get sent off. Yeah,
you should. He's a disgrace. He's a cheat.
Where do you think Maguire could go?
Everton in Champions. No, Aston Villa.
Yeah, because I was gonna. You know what? I was gonna say Villa, him and Mings. That would be a funny partnership.
I mean, that's mistakes waiting to happen, isn't it? Yeah, where else could he go?
Because I don't see him playing outside of England.
No, I don't think so. Maybe what other clubs in the Premier League? Brighton.
Nottingham Forest if they stay up. No, Brighton in terms of what they got for their project, and it seems like they've actually got a brain behind their project.
You say that though. I mean, like they play like Lewis Dunk at centre back.
Yeah, that's true.
Fred.
True.
Oh,
but Lewis Dunk doesn't look bad for them, which is weird. So maybe Maguire wouldn't look bad for them.
Vegeta says just go back to Leicester. Possible.
Oh, one more. Oh,
Bruno. Who said this here? Stephen's right. If we win trophies this season, does that mean Maguire lifts it? Like if we are less than 5 minutes away from going to the Carabao Cup final at Wembley, and if we win it, does that mean Harry Maguire lifts the trophy?
Sadly, I think it does. Sadly.
The thing is, though, you've got to have some shame. You've got to have some shame, though, that you weren't really involved. Yeah, minimum, you've got to do it with Bruno. One arm on each.
Maybe they might do it. Maybe they'll do it together. The Carabao Cup is already tiny. It's like the size of my remote control.
Yeah.
So having two people lifting it like it's the Premier League or Champions League is kind of ridiculous.
Maguire would lift it. 100% he would.
Would he only lift it if he has played in the final?
No, he's good. He's good. Even if he's not in the squad, he's lifting it. You kidding me? I mean,
if he has any shame if he has any shame, he'll tell Bruno to lift it.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has shame.
No.
So I think he'll lift it.
Depending on what the score is, he might come on in like the last minute and be like, see how I was playing. But we're about 3 minutes left, plus stoppage time from the end of this one. Manchester United 2-0 up on the night, 5-0 on aggregate, seemingly booking a final against Newcastle United at Wembley. Ball over the top from Forest. Luke Shaw's got to chase it. Is he going to get there? It's not a foul. Sandip HD is dead, and a picture of KG, the road fan. It's the picture. It says Rashford Ballon d'Or. This isn't KG's parody account. I feel like it might be. I feel like it might be. I love all of the KG parody accounts. They're tremendous.
They are the most creative stuff ever.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the fact that earlier on we got the TV salesman.
This said the Irish salesman, and he said top of the morning.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning. I have some TVs to sell. Lindelof to Maguire. Bruno. Go on, Sancho. What can you do? Oh, I jinxed it. I jinxed that massively.
It's all right.
Ed says, I miss, I like that one. Kevin Gary, shiny head. That's a fun one. The worst one with KG on his stream yesterday, he was talking about when he was at Carrington. He was worried if he was going to fart.
That was so random. Ooh.
Bruno, I was like, KG, I was like, man, you're not.
I can't believe his name is actually Kevin Gary. Like, I actually can't believe that. That is just, that's like, it's two first names.
Because again, this is what I'm like, is I only realized that when he was on Bloods and it said like Kevin KG Gary. And I was like, who? I went, who's that? It was just KG.
When I watched, I only found out it was Kevin Gary when I was watching Ted Lasso, and I was trying to find like on the credits, I was trying to see his name, and then it said Kevin Gary, and I was like, that can't be. I was like, KG Kevin Gary. I was like, no way. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, Martial, was he pulled back? Of course not by this referee. No chance.
Of course, the referee going to call that.
It's not a foul. It's not
and
a foul.
And he calls that. He calls that. This referee is, so inconsistent.
This ref's something else.
Bruno Fernandes, good game, man. Good game.
Yeah, Bruno gets the Player of the Match award. Justifiably so for the second goal in particular. Brilliant ball, the outside of his foot. Like you said, he's looked a lot actually quite tidy on the right-hand side. Not as wasteful. Against Reading at the weekend, he was particularly quite poor. Just in the sense of he was having one of those games where he can just be a bit, wasteful. Even the ref, by the way, can't be bobothered with this. He's added 1 minute of added time.
The ref just wants to walk up.
How rare that is in football. 1 minute, they've gone, can't be bothered. It's about 30 seconds remain before Manchester United book themselves in the final. Or ball over the top to Rashford, cleared. I mean, it feels like with Forest, isn't it? They've just kind of shown up because they had to this evening.
Do you think they've even tried to? It's like they haven't even tried to play. Bar Nico Williams trying to beat up Garnacho multiple times.
Mm. Look, even the ref.
The ref should blow the whistle.
There you go. It's full time. Manchester United have won on the night 2-0, 5-0 on aggregate. Manchester United are on their way to Wembley. The referee, he couldn't blow the whistle fast enough. Could he, Mina? He just thought, I'm over this game. I can't be bothered with this one. But United indeed are in the Carabao Cup final. Eric Ten Hag, Mina, has an opportunity to secure silverware in his first season at the first opportunity. Just how important do you think that could be if we can get over the line? How are you feeling now about Wembley? Now that the date's booked, it's Wembley, it's Newcastle United. How are you feeling?
Oh man, I don't know what kind of fixture that will be. I don't know what kind of fixture that will be, especially against Newcastle, who we've seen as a different team this season. And even for them, it's their first final in how long? So it means a lot to them and their fans. I'm really happy for Ten Hag. I'm really happy for the players, especially with, again, the way that the season started. If you had told me after that 4-0 loss against Brentford that we'd be in the Carabao Cup, even though it's not the biggest cup out of the 4 or 5 cups that clubs compete for in England, but it's still a cup. First
Indeed.
6-7 months, and he's taken relatively a majority of the players from last season, who half of them we wanted to get rid of. Rashford, people wanted to get rid of. Bruno, people wanted to get rid of. Luke Shaw, people wanted to get rid of. David De Gea, people wanted to get rid of. He's taken them, and obviously the players like Varane, Martinez, Casemiro, and he's taken the team to a final. I don't care what like how rated this trophy is. Like it's a big thing for a manager to take over such a broken club in the summer that he inherited, and the way that the season started to now 7 months. Like, look how happy the players are for each other. You saw when Sancho was coming on. Ten Hag was smiling. He was smiling, patting him on the head. You saw when Fred scored, all of them gathered together, Fred in the middle, everyone hugging. Look, Bruno's giving his shirt to someone in the stands that got a big Bruno flag. It's just the cohesion. Oh, look, someone's trying to steal it off him.
You're trying to steal it off him. Look at him.
Another kid is trying to take it off him. The cohesion with this team is amazing, and I'm really happy, really excited. Back to Wembley. It's been a long time since we've been in any. Anytime I think of a final, I think of that Europa League final. That's what I remember, because that's the last final we were in.
Yeah, that's the last final we were. The last couple of finals we've been in. And actually, no, the last final we were in obviously was the Oli Europa League final. Before that, it was Jose FA Cup final. I think it was when we lost against Chelsea at Wembley. But for Newcastle, it's the first time they've been in a final at Wembley since 1999. Who, of course, they faced and lost to Manchester United in the FA Cup. Paul Scholes with the goal that day. So look, it's going to be a really, really interesting game, a tough game. I think United have shown so far this season, certainly, that in big games, certainly, United are starting to show up, and they're starting to show fight. They're starting to show tenacity. We've got a team of leaders, a team of winners, particularly of people like Casemiro, people like Rafael Varane. They've been there. They've done it. They've won stuff. Even Lisandro Martinez at the World Cup, right? He's been in final situations, pressure situations, and I think that hopefully that will be to our benefit. And if Eric Ten Hag can win a trophy in his first 6-7 months at Manchester United, we're already talking about top 4 being a possibility. At the beginning of the season, Mina, we're talking about not finishing top 4. We're just saying if we can just get a decent style of play, if we can just win some big games, but we can play attractive football. I just want to enjoy watching Manchester United play again. And not only are we enjoying watching Manchester United play, we're enjoying watching them win. We're winning games, we're progressing in competitions, and ultimately as well, you have to understand that a bit of luck comes into it, i.e. in this competition this year, we've had some good draws and the bigger teams have eliminated themselves. You feel like that's kind of happening with the FA Cup as well, that some of the bigger teams are dropping out of it, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and again, we're getting decent draws in that. So who knows? Like, what possibly could Eric Ten Hag achieve this season? Like, is the sky the limit on what he could achieve?
It's not even just that. It just shows that if he gets the backing, what can he achieve next season? Hypothetically speaking, we're in a final. We're still competing in. Okay, I'll say 3 more, but Premier League, we're definitely competing for top 4. I'm not going to say we're on a title charge because I never believed it. But we're still in the FA Cup. We're still in the Europa League. He's making do with what he's got. So imagine what he can do with even better. And for me, that just further reiterates the point about ownership needing to go, and for the manager to get the backing that he needs in the summer transfer window, when we've got other clubs that are absolutely annihilating the transfer window, throwing money around crazy. So in terms of today's game, I do think I think both teams. I think it was done before the kickoff even happened. I didn't really feel threatened at any point by Nottingham Forest and what they did. but it just shows that Ten Hag made those substitutions at the right time, and those substitutions kind of changed the game for us. Obviously, in a final, it won't be like that because, you know, we have to be minute zero mind on 100%. But, you know, Rashford got an assist today for that Fred goal. Bruno Fernandes had his best performance on the right-hand side that I've seen. Are we seeing a new, you know, maybe Sancho going into that 10 and Bruno playing on the right? Is that an alternative for when Anthony is not as effective as he has been in the past? The final is going to be a big game for both clubs. But I do think, like, we're Manchester United Football Club, in the words of Marcel. I definitely think that we can definitely win it.
I'm just seeing here in front of me. This comes from Tyrone Marshall from the Manchester Evening News. Jadon Sancho was one of the last Manchester United players to leave the pitch, and he clapped every side of Old Trafford on his way off, basically thanking the fans for their support of him in his hiatus. And I hate the cliche, Mina. Oh, it feels like a new signing. But again, if you can get Sancho to the level that he was at Dortmund, or even better, that is almost like a new signing, isn't it? And again, at the right time, we were saying before the game, man, that bench looks quite, there's something on that bench. There's options there. And to your point, it was the bench that really changed the game when they were brought on. And again, who knows? I say the sky's the limit for what Ten Hag can achieve this season. But if Sancho's gets really up to speed, and he's looked a bit rusty today, but if he can get up to speed, then that can be massive for us this season too.
Yeah, for sure. He looks quicker. I don't know what it is. Like we saw with the first goal when Martial picked up the ball and he was basically on. Sancho was still on the halfway line and he sprinted so quickly. The second goal, he had some involvement as well. He played the first pass out to Bruno, who then played the outside of the foot ball, which he actually apparently credited. Sky Sports asked him about it, and he said he learned it from Quaresma at Portugal, which I've seen Quaresma do that quite a bit. I think Sancho will ease into that. Whether he's playing on the right, I'm thinking this is Ten Hag's preferred position for him, because his first game back, for him to be slotted into that 10 role where we've seen him perform well for Borussia Dortmund there, and we know that he can excel there. And then what amazes me even more is that Bruno, who's been quite inconsistent when he's gone out to the right-hand side sometimes, then puts in a great performance on the right-hand side when he's been shifted out there. You just need players like consistency. And I don't want to say like, oh, Sancho's like a new signing or anything. I don't really want to say like he's like a new signing, because do you think that there's going to be pressure on him to perform immediately?
I hope not. I was saying this morning. I hope not that they don't put that kind of pressure on him, because I think we as a fan base need to realize that when you're in form, or to build, you have to play into form. It has to build up. You look at Marcus Rashford, that he hasn't been at this level all season. It's built up to this. I remember watching him in pre-season, Rashford, and he still looked shaky. He still looked like the Rashford of last year. It took him some games. It took him some positive moments. It took him goals against the likes of Arsenal. It took him those kind of goals to kind of build that up within himself. And he sort of gradually done that over time. It took him after the World Cup. And maybe this is why Ten Hag doesn't like to rotate too much, is because he just played him through all of those games where Rashford is more likely to score goals, and then come at the end of it, he's like, oh, look how in form he is. And I think it's going to be the same with Jadon Sancho. It's just going to be a case of he's just going to have to keep playing through games. It's not going to be perfect right away. He's been out of action for a while. And if he does have a bad game, he has a bad game. You know, I think we have to support him, and I think, in fairness, I think a lot of people have. But I believe Ten Hag, because we've seen it. We've seen Ten Hag get a lot out of certain players, and I believe he can do the same with Sancho. It's just Danny says Nivea in the bin and a win. Water from Owen. Yeah, if you don't know what that is, because there's over 1,300 people watching, I was asked about my moisturizing routine, and I don't have one. Smash a like on the like button, though, for my moisturizing routine, which is warm water, occasionally cold. We've got over 1,300 people watching. See if we can get to 750 likes, 150 likes away. VK says, squad will get the cut for Ten Hag. Fastest manager to win a trophy. Get it done and go for a triple or treble of cups. Old Trafford, amazing for Sancho. He's slimmed down now as well. To be fair, he does look to be in pretty decent shape, doesn't he? Sancho too. And I saw something here with KG's new TV. Says it's cold out here next to the bins. These accounts.
How do you guys even come up with that?
These
How
accounts.
do you even come up with that?
I saw it's not the first comment that KG's new TV did. I was trying to find it. Basically, it was asking if we've seen his remote, and the problem is the remote did not exist of the new TV. KG something else. Speaking of KG, though, he is, as you saw with the road trip earlier on, he is at Old Trafford. He's there with Marcel. I think Haley's there as well. So hopefully you can talk to Haley after the game too, because I need that energy. I need that energy in my life, Mina. Haley and KG outside OT after getting to a final. Come on, that could be special. So stay tuned for all of the fan views. We're going to have, as I mentioned, fan views from outside Old Trafford. We're going to have the reaction from Mina and myself. I think Flex also is going to... Flex is also going to give his reaction. That's going to be in as well, so keep an eye out for that. Lux still says, Owen, pull up the fact that I posted my last comment. Let me try and find it because I'm a man of my words. Here we go. Lux Hill says, fact, 12 consecutive victories at Old Trafford for the first time since Sir Alex Ferguson left. Is he the man
That's
we've
a
been
big
looking
stat.
for? Is he the man we've been looking for, Mina, in Eric Ten Hag? Is that what we've been looking for?
It could be. Fifth time right. It's all right. Fifth manager right. It's okay. We got there in the end.
We got there in the end. There you go, guys. Be sure to smash the like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're out there again. Stay tuned. All of the reaction from Old Trafford and all over the world is coming very shortly.
Global.
Peace. Global view. Yes.